A Niners! Woo! Feels good to do that today, fam. I want to apologize for yesterday. I thought it was bad. It'd probably be best just to, I just utilize a little better discretion. But anyway, you know what? This is why we're here. To get away from the real world. Actually, the 49ers are as real world as you get, right? But I mean the other real world, okay? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? God. Anyway, hey, looking at some of the top of the hour news, I'm telling you, man, I'm looking at, and I was asking this question about a week ago. I said, hey, where's Deebo? Where is Deebo? I thought he should be out there with Jimmy and the guys throwing the ball around. Did you notice that Deebo is hanging out with the footwork king? Yeah, Deebo's out there. I love to watch a footwork king work with his clients, man. Especially when they're our guys, man. Ooh, they be doing it, man. And that all comes in handy during the course of the season. I want to see, though, well, maybe we did see it a little bit last year. I don't know if Deebo didn't work with Footwork King last year, but that play against the Hawks, bam, boy, that was, I can't get that out of my mind. I got that. I want to get a big, poster made of that, man. But the bad thing is you can only see Deebo coming out of the move and the Seahawk laying in the dirt where he belongs. Yeah. And the Niners hired a passing game specialist for Bobby Saleh's defense. Friday, Mike Ruttenberg takes over the position for Joe Woods that he held last season before Woods left the Niners coaching staff to become the Cleveland Browns DC, damn it. No, I wanted to keep Joe Woods. I really did, man. The guy had that defense the secondary looking sharp. Ruttenberg spent the past 7 seasons on the Jags defensive staff, including 3 seasons with Bobby Saleh, who was with the Jacksonville linebackers coach at that time. Ruttenberg was a defensive assistant, which there was some concern in my mind. He was an assistant to who? What? Does he know what he's doing here? Apparently, I don't think they'd hire him otherwise if he wasn't qualified, right? Joe Woods is not going to be easy to replace. But if that front line defense is as ridiculous as it was last year, Ruttenberg's job should be easy, right? How can you mess up? Fam, you and I could run that secondary. They already know. The secondary, it's not like the secondary doesn't know what they're doing. If anything, you just go out there and say, how you guys doing today, huh? Well, let's put in a hard work practice and just take it easy for the rest of the evening. We got a game coming up, what's the date, Tuesday? Monday, we got a game coming up Sunday. So you guys just take tomorrow and the next day off. Come on back. Let's polish up on Thursday. There's nothing the secondary has to do but watch the quarterback panic and get in position to make plays. That's all they got to do because he's got to do it. We even see the great Aaron Rodgers throw right to Mosley. Mosley's a rookie. That's how good that frontline defense is and how easy they make it. So not to worry about Ruttenberg. And Ronald Blair is making great strides in his rehab. You check him out there posting up them videos and making everybody say, yeah, because Ronnie Blair, man, that is the best, in my mind, one of the best rotational players as far as D-line goes in the NFL. Dude comes in, and like Saleh says, if you want to win, put Ronnie in. Hey, and it's official. Brandon Ayuk's score is 100%. Healthy. Yeah, he's ready. He's out there working out with Jimmy and saying things like, wow, it didn't hit me until now, but I'm out here taking passes from Jimmy Garoppolo. Ooh, man, I love it. Hey, and by the way, Jimmy G, the guy continues to consistently polish up with the wide receiver group outside of the Niners' official facility in Santa Clara. JG has become Kyle Shanahan's pretty much his right-hand man as he takes the Niners who are available to participate through the paces on a daily basis. And Jimmy ain't missing a day, man. They're shooting. Because, Kendrick, man, Kendrick can't help himself. As soon as Kendrick got to start warming up and practicing, Kendrick takes his glamour shots. You check him out with the shades on and the shirt off and the hat, man, and that's all he had on. I guess he had trunks on, I'm sorry. Cleats. But it was a cool shot, man. And then you catch the other cool dude, Kyle Juszczyk out there. I love these guys are playing, working out in shades underneath that California sun. And then, of course, Brandon Ayuk was out there. Trent Taylor spent some time. A lot of guys, I'll get into that in a minute. Thanks to the Bay Area reporter, Matt Barrows, Garoppolo, as like curious Niners fans know about how things are going and what he hopes to accomplish with the guys between now and next month's anticipated opening of NFL camps. By the way, if anybody is remotely concerned at this point about Jimmy Garoppolo's intentions for next year, and if they expect to see the same old things they seen last year, boy, are you going to be in for a surprise, okay? I can promise you that right now with no fear. I mean, he came in last year. He's rehabbing at the beginning of the season. He's out there trying to learn the system under Kyle Shanahan. He only had 3 games a year before. He didn't learn much. He learned how to get hurt. But only a few games I've seen. He comes into this season, and he's got to work out against one of the best. No. He's got to work out against the best defense in the NFL. That day we heard he threw 5 INTs. We didn't understand what the hell's wrong with Jimmy. Oh, no. It ain't what the hell's wrong with Jimmy. It's what's right with that 49ers defense. And we got to find out a little bit later that other quarterbacks had the same pretty much similar problems, except for Drew Brees, of course. But then again, the whole defensive front wasn't there. As you know, fam, though, the NFL ban on team off-season activities has limited most teams to online video discussions in place of actual practice and classroom time. And Jimmy G and the receivers are not waiting for an NFL green light. No. We got to get busy right now. Develop this chemistry. Get this timing down. I got new weapons. They got to know what we're doing. We ain't going to have no repeat of making Jimmy G look like dead meat. See what I did there? I'll be working on my rhymes. JG has organized workouts with his receivers in San Jose State to get some hands-on action, to implement some of the things the team goes over in their video meetings during the course of the day earlier. So they get in there, get in some classroom, come outside and bust butt. This activity is extremely helpful for newcomer receivers in their first opportunity to create some chemistry with the NFL quarterbacks. Of course, CJ hasn't been there yet. I haven't heard anything about Nick Mullins, but, Jimmy's out there running the show. I know you've seen the many photos and videos from throwing sessions posted the past few days, to social media. We saw Brandon Ayuk. He put his up, and also Kendrick Bourne has been keeping us constantly updated as to what's going on out there. The workouts have included KB, Jalen Hurd, Trent Taylor. Well, hey, how excited did you get about that Jalen Hurd video? Hell yeah! And there's been a Dante Pete. Remember what I just made a public announcement. Don't expect me to get involved in any more bullying up and piling on Dante, man. I ain't doing it no more. I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't passing no judgment on anybody else. I'm done. Dante was out there, and witnesses can verify it too. Sean Poindexter, Brandon Ayuk was on hand the other day, as I mentioned. Juice who's been defending Jimmy G from media ridicule all offseason long. He's out there with his shades. And who takes part depends on who was in town at the time of the rehab schedule for players like Hurd and Taylor. Jimmy G got together with Matt Barrows of The Athletic after Friday's session to fill him in on how things were going. And he told Matt, quote, "I think every team is doing it in one way or another, whether it's going away somewhere or doing it at a local spot. It's valuable whenever you can get an opportunity to get on a field with guys without coaches and be able to talk. And really out there, I like to hear how they're seeing things too. I like to teach them a route." See, Jimmy, I'm telling you, man, that's right. That's Kyle's dude, man. I like to teach them a route, how I see it, and ask them, and how do you see it? Because in practice, you don't get that time. Because out there, it's unique, and it's a unique experience. Guys kind of get to let loose a little bit too. So it makes things fun. Unquote. See, Jimmy's out there. This is kind of a bonding situation where you want these guys to be out there hanging out as much as they can because they can iron out some of the things that make you go wrong during the course of a game. See? Because, like, you were supposed to go left. What the hell were you doing? Jimmy, I'm sorry. No, I know. But the thing is, you know who's going to get the blame for that shit? You know what I'm saying? If you juke left and we've already got it established that you were supposed to shoot toward the sideline, I'm throwing to the sideline because I'm anticipating you being there. Jimmy, I'm sorry. No, you don't be sorry. Just listen to me. I get all into him. Because if I throw that INT, they're going to think it was me. And it was you. So, you gotta get in those guys' butts, man. That's what I'm liking about this. One thing I did find somewhat concerning was that JG didn't want to discuss the progress Hurd has made in his recovery from a stress fracture in his back, but did say that Jalen hasn't seemed limited during the throwing sessions. And Jay Hurd still hasn't taken a regular season snap, as you know, so there remains a lot for him to pick up. I've scaled back my expectations of what Jalen Hurd is going to probably be able to accomplish this year, and I hope Kyle does put him in on certain type plays and get him incorporated up to speed as fast as possible, but I temper your expectations on what Hurd's going to be able to accomplish this year. He's got a lot to learn, and according to Jimmy, didn't want to talk about some of the things that he needs to be brought up to speed. I'm hoping it's nothing to do with the back injury. I mean, Jimmy's looking at him and it looks like he's laboring, but he says it seems like he's not having any problems right now. And according to the tape we've seen, the little brief pieces we've seen, it doesn't look like Hurd's struggling any. So we'll see. Jimmy went on to say, quote, he's very raw. He's so explosive, so powerful. There are so many little technique things, I guess you could say, he hasn't even learned yet, but he enjoys learning it. Okay, maybe that's it. Maybe it's a little bit. It is the NFL, and just like Jimmy, he's coming into a fresh new experience. He only got we got a few preseason snaps, and of course, he got relegated to the IR. JG has also discussed his time working with one of his newest weapons, Brandon Ayuk. About Brandon, Jimmy tells Barrows, quote, you can tell when you're calling a play and you look into a guy's eye and know he's taking it in, or if it's like, what the hell is this guy saying? And he was engaged, he was locked in, and he was a fun guy to be around too, unquote. This is nothing but good news. Because last year, Deebo started the year off just on raw talent and skill and ability. He didn't really fully have a comprehension of the playbook just yet, but he was doing the best he could, and he was doing a good job of it. So we saw that difference midway through the season when he came back after Emmanuel Sanders got him ironed out and straightened out on a few things. He was straight money. Can you see Ayuk and Deebo running near the same capacity and speed? I mean, no more buffering out there, figuring out what to do. These guys are moving like this. Quickly, sharply. Jimmy's seeing where they go be. Bingo, bingo, bingo. See, there's no defense in the league that's going to stop Ayuk and Deebo. Hell, they couldn't stop Deebo. The Kansas City Chiefs couldn't stop Deebo. If I could have got on the phone, Kyle, leave everything else alone. Feed Deebo. Just feed him. Kyle, please. Please, Kyle. That's encouraging, ain't it? That is encouraging. Hopefully, Brandon A. can comprehend the program quickly. Jimmy G is organizing a bigger workout session next week, hitting the road to Nashville, Tennessee. No, the guys are not interested in Grand Ole Opry. Hey, they'll be looking to meet up with BFF brothers Trent Taylor and George Kittle, along with C.J. Beathard. They're probably hanging out at C.J.'s place anyway. That session could also include rookie Jawan Jennings, too. You remember he's from Tennessee. Bring that camera. Bring that camera, guys. Bring that footage. I wish the Jimmy G tour could be covered a bit more, is what I'm saying, at least for a few minutes, or just basic routes, Because, media people aren't allowed to follow him around. Apparently, there's some ruling against that, because I know they'd be all over him if they could. 49ers aren't expected to get together as a team in an official capacity until training camp next month, as you know, at the earliest. Team facilities remain closed off the players amid continued concerns about this accursed virus. Exciting stuff, though, huh? I'm a bit concerned about Jalen Hurd. But do you think Jimmy will be able to bring the guys up to speed without any adult supervision out there during these workouts? I kind of think Jimmy's got it. He's a leader. He's going to prove it, too. Who's going to make George Kittle be serious and behave next week? Here's the thing. Man, can you imagine Jimmy trying to be serious and George is out there being George Kittle? Love that dude, man. So we're going to see what happens with that. But fam, your observations and feelings about the Jimmy G tour, how he's conducting it, is he worthy? Will the guys learn and benefit from the G presence? And what are some of the advantages of having your quarterback hang out with his guys like that? More efficiency? Full understanding? It's all there. Hey, Deshaun Page, thanks, fam. Nice contribution. Appreciate you. What's up is right. What's up with you, fam? And Myra Lee says, is that right? Mariah Lee says, what's up? Glad to see you. Hey, thanks, Mariah. Ray Jr. says, what's up? Glad you're back on. Thanks, Ray. Ed, man, put your money on Niners on Super Bowl. They want it, they'll get it. And you know it. Because I'm convinced they're going to the playoffs. What happens after they get there is what I want to know. They're not going to be stopped from getting in there. Malik Savage, what's up, Malik? He says, I love Deebo Samuel. I can't wait to see Patrick Peterson as Deebo Samuel. Versus Deebo Samuel, sorry. Tom West, 2020 season, we might go undefeated. Woo! I'm afraid to be saying things like that myself. Trey from VA, Joe Woods is going to be hard to replace. I know. Hey, remember last year, though? Who's that said Joe Woods? Oh, Sean. I'll be watching, bro. Sean, remember last year you said Joe Woods wasn't nothing special? I meant to tell you about that. Sean will call now. Joe kept, he had that whip snapping, man. Joe was doing a good job. Living the dream. Blair showing off. I can't wait to see him this year. Yeah, I didn't think he was. Blair looked good in that training film the other day. I just hope that that's legitimate stuff. Mr. Block Guys, too. When I look at my offense, when Jimmy G, the wide receivers, and the running backs get the chemistry together, it will be a huge problem for our opponents. Our offensive line is our key on the block, on the run and passing. That's absolutely right. And remember, as I say, you don't just walk into Kyle. I don't care who you are. Tom Brady was going to have the same problem. You don't just walk into Kyle Shanahan and just really just know exactly what you're doing on every play. Jimmy's had that year. He's had a year in three games. Well, he had all the way to the Super Bowl exit. A Super Bowl year and 3 games. Look out this year, as I love to refer back to, Matty Ice took him a year and a half. It took about a year and a half. And then he became the MVP. And now where is he? Now, Kyle, it's a different story. Yeah, hey, let's get out here and check out. Hey, Phil, Phil.
Hey, Ronbo, how you doing?
Phil, doing great, man. I'm loving what Jimmy G's getting done out there and reestablished himself as a guy that everybody expects him to be. But there's some concerns. I got Jalen Hurd on my mind, and will George Kittle behave next week and that type of thing. But what are you thinking, Phil?
Well, I'm thinking that. Well, first of all, I think the guy that's going to benefit from the practices, other than Ayuk, obviously, because he's a rookie.
Yeah.
He's going to be Hurd, obviously. We get those guys with Jimmy and the timing. But when you're not playing against the defensive back, I mean, that's where the wide receiver can make adjustments and has to make adjustments. And the quarterback has to know what adjustments that wide receiver is going to make. So
Excellent.
really this is all about just running routes and the timing of that particular route. But how the wide receiver reads the DB, how he's guarding him, and then make adjustments in his route accordingly, and then Jimmy knows where he's going to be, is going to be the key. So until they get live practice, a lot of this is just getting workouts and
getting a feel for each other.
You know,
yeah.
and have a feel for each other, exactly. But it's good to see. You know, I was going down in San Jose, and mistakenly I was driving by San Jose State, and they were working out there, so I pulled over and watched a little bit of the practice down there that Jimmy was doing.
Phil, bring your camera with you, your phone from now on, and get some shots.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it. There was a lot of people watching, but it's good to see Trent Taylor running routes pretty effortlessly. And, you know, Hurd looked fine too. And so, you know, those are the guys I had the questions of because of the injuries. But, you know, everybody else I think has, you know, time with Jimmy and you know, the ability to just improve and just get out there on the field and work out. So, you know,
Jimmy can look at what they're doing and tell them what they can improve upon and things like that, because he knows what he's supposed to be getting from those guys.
You know, I would have liked to see McKinnon out there, you know, as a running back running routes out of the backfield. You know, that guy, you know, he could use some time with Jimmy.
A lot.
Because he really hasn't had a lot. You know, but I'm just glad we're another day closer to NFL football. Every day I'm thinking, another day closer.
Yeah.
Here we go.
3 weeks away. So, I think they're going to let those guys back in. And Jed York seems to be confident that the 49ers are going to get back into the facility, even though Santa Clara administrators said, no, you're not. You know, that really concerns me. We'll see.
Well, Well, they're letting the Pac-12 start off practicing already tomorrow, first day. Yeah, they approved the Pac-12 to go out and practice. So in all the
in
states,
San Jose,
Oregon,
or in the Bay Area,
Stanford and Stanford and Cal and all those.
Okay,
yeah.
and Stanford's
So
right down the street.
If they
Phil,
approve the Pac-12,
yeah,
they got to approve NFL. So, I just think we're going to have the NFL season. I think we're going to have fans in the stadium. I think we're going to have to, there's going to be a little bit of difference. Maybe have to wear masks.
or maybe lesser capacity.
49er mask.
They might not go full
49er
capacity.
mask on the first day.
Yeah.
I don't know.
49er mask would be cool though. They might not go full capacity. I actually think I could see.
Yeah, I
spread
don't
people
know,
out.
But all I've heard was they're going to give up one preseason away and home. They're canceling that, and then so we're going to have one preseason game.
It's down to one
away.
now. Last I heard it was two. Oh, one away. So it's going to be 2 games and then start the season.
One away and one at home. So they're getting rid of one away and one at home. So, yeah. So it's going to be just 2 games. So it's good for me. I get reimbursed for those tickets. But
that's right. Your season ticket
we have
holder.
to pay full price.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I'm just looking forward to it. I'm getting closer, and the old tailgate gang that we do in Blue Lot. We all met at the local pizza parlor and had a parking lot pizza and beer out in the parking lot.
Oh God!
So we're just talking about getting ready for the season, and
I love it.
So it was fun.
No, it was.
I mean, the guys we're all excited. So. Yeah. Damn the torpedoes, full steam ahead. That's what I say.
There you go. Phil, I love that, man. And, hey,
all
excellent
right,
point,
Ronbo.
too. Hey, I'll talk to you. Tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. All right.
All right.
Good night, Phil.
All right. Thanks a lot. Talk to you later. Bye.
Yeah, he makes a great point about DBs. I wonder if the guys want to. Well, maybe they're still taking breaks, and a lot of guys are still scattered all over the country because you remember the 49ers just got out of the Super Bowl. They had a long season, so they need to milk each and every day out. This is probably a good thing, actually, for the 49ers. Get a little added rest. Hey, Dre, all Niners all day. Dre.
Yo, what's going on, my guy?
Dre, man, I'm just impressed with Jimmy out there conducting that stuff and keeping things going. Get out of the classroom, get out there and get dirty with some of the dudes on the team. And, it's going to get better.
Right. Yeah, man. It's nice to see the guys getting some work, man. I was happy to see that IU was out there. And I'm just happy to see that. I don't care who it is, man. The guys are out there trying to get better. That's the most important thing. The guys are out there trying to get better. Build some of that camaraderie with their quarterback and their leader, Jalen Garoppolo. Get some routes in, get that timing down. Know where Jimmy likes to place the ball. Know where their hands have to be. All of that stuff, man, is very important when you're running routes when it comes to game time. Just knowing where Jimmy likes to place the ball is very important. And the timing of when he throws the ball in and out of breaks as a receiver is extremely important. So I'm happy to see that.
Yep. And especially when they can stop and talk about it. Because you ain't got time to talk in the game what you did wrong. You can talk about that now. So by the time we do get in a real deal situation, we ain't got to have this conversation. This is where I want. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah, man, that's a beautiful thing to see, man. I don't really have any bad feelings or any bad thoughts, man. It seems like I really think that we take a step this year as far as the passing game being better. The offensive line, man, I went back and looked at some film, man. This offensive line is going to be so much better. I think that it makes the passing game
so
better.
Right.
Yeah, man, it's definitely going to have a huge effect on how we move up and down the field. I think that Robbie Gold he's going to be a crucial factor too, because I feel that we're going to be able to move the ball so good that we won't be punting a lot this year. So, we need Robbie to come in and do his job for the first 8 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he comes in and stays healthy. don't see us punting a lot this year, man. I really see us driving up and down the field with ease this year.
And get within field goal range. No matter what else, we'll always be in field goal range. I like that. Dre, I bet that's right, too. I want to see if Mitch does come in the game, expand his role. We didn't use him to do anything but punt the ball last year. I want to see some of them things that we saw him do in school, you know?
Right. Yeah, and, I think it'll be even more I think it'll be like a more evened out offense. The chances of having the chances of Jimmy Garoppolo having 6 passes tipped up for interceptions are very low, right?
Mm-hmm.
Also, they came out with a stat today. Jimmy led the entire NFL in touchdowns in the red zone with 16. That was something that was killing us for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Even back to, the hardball years was, our red zone offense wasn't so good, man. So I was happy to see that stat. I didn't know that he threw 16 touchdowns in the red zone.
And I didn't either. And people are still crying about red zone efficiency. You got that stat? Jimmy was number 1?
Yeah, man, that was beautiful. Man. So
and you know who to think of. You know that reminds you of though. That's Kendrick. That's 84. 84 up in there.
Yeah.
Bam! And Kendrick Bourne, another TD.
Yeah, man. Yeah, my boy Kendrick, man, he just keep on putting in that work. You know what I'm saying? He just keep on putting in that work.
He's gonna be vicious this year.
He literally
vicious.
He literally takes no days off. But to everybody out there, man, go check us out. Me and my boy Brian. Niners All Day on YouTube. We just did a 2-hour episode. We did two episodes in one. We had 2 special guests. We had Mike from Nothing But Niners, and we had John Chapman from 49ers from the 49ers Goalpost podcast, man.
All right.
So you guys go check that out. Like and subscribe. We're doing a fan giveaway. I'm gonna give away a jersey. Brian's gonna give away. I'm going to give away a jersey, and Brian was going to give away a Ronnie Lott action figure. That's a classical action figure. So, what I'm saying, for the people out there who want to be a part of that drawing, go like, subscribe, comment on our latest content, and you're going to be added to that list, man, and we'll be doing a drawing this coming up week, man. We're trying to hit that 500 number, man. So, all you guys out there who have time, man, get on one of your other devices, go to Niners All Day, like and subscribe, man, and watch the video that we just did today.
Dre, it's Niners NINERS All Day, right? All one word?
Yes, sir. Sir. No, it's not all one word. They're all separated. It's Niners space all space day.
There you go. That's very important. There you go.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, man.
Right.
Shout out to the TNT fan, man. Trey Tress, Big Show, Jerry Fresh, Russo, St. Louis, my player partner Will, man, all of the guys, man. I'm just happy that it's getting closer to, football, like Phil said, man. And, I'm ready to see this season and see what all things look like.
As soon as the weather gets warm, you start getting that feeling. It's like spring fever. Yeah. All right, Dre. Good stuff, fam.
All right, Ronbo.
All right. Looking for you shortly. All right. Yes, Dre making strides, doing all kind of great things, giving away stuff. Niners All Day. 3 different words, all right? Niners All Day. Check him out. Hey, a storm and Norm.
And it's Niners All Day.
I thought about you as soon as Dre said that.
Speaking of Niners All Day, shout out to them.
Yes.
All day. On me. Shout out to Dre. Shout out to Dre for doing that, man. Hey, I'm gonna check that out too. On me, I'm gonna go back on this video and check that out. Anyway, but just like I was going back and checking out these 2020 offseason statisticals that these Niners is conjuring up. You feel me? I heard y'all talking about Brandon Ayuk having chemistry with Jimmy Garoppolo on the field. Remember what I told y'all earlier about what the defensive coordinators are gonna have to wipe off their face in the game? It's the Ayuk. Tell y'all wake our game up, bro. Tell y'all wake our game up. You have Deebo. You got Deebo. Okay, this is what I'm saying. Okay, shout out to Dre for 2 things. And I'm gonna bring out the second reason. You got Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel. Yes, who? Bo. Yes, you got them as receivers. You got Kittle as a tight end. You got them O-linemen. You got them young hogs up front. You got them hogs up front, right? Now you got Jared McKinnon. You got Mac Breeden, right?
Yes.
Mostert, Jefferson, dude. And don't get your. Then you got Jalen Hurd. It's over, bro. These Niners, we smacking shit, bro. It's ugly, bro.
and the yak.
Hey,
You're going to do
funny,
hollering
right?
and screaming
right?
trying to bring them dudes
It's funny,
down.
right?
Oh.
It's funny, right? I at my new job, I work with a Cowboys fan, right?
Yo.
The Cowboys fan don't say they ain't got nothing to show Cowboys pride but a keychain right now. I swear to God, like it's that serious. They know they finna get that.
Jerry, what are you going to do, man? Paying the big salaries.
I was thinking about, I was thinking about putting a bet together when I was like, hey, let's get a bottle of heme on the line, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
Ask him about Dak. Ask him Ask him who his starting quarterback's going to be.
Dak's going to get Dak involved by the defense. I was sure he's going to get Dak down by the defense.
I'm
sorry for the ladies that are watching right now, and you know,
he's
going to get Dak down. He's going to get.
I'm telling you, Derek. I'm telling you,
But anyway, look.
It
not
could be
only
the red
that,
rifle.
but the PFF has rated the 49ers actually 3 to 4 different positions as the best in the league at that position. The line, the defensive line, that offensive line,
the
secondaries. Oh, no, those linebackers, those hot boys. You know what I mean?
You know,
especially with Kinlaw in there. With Kinlaw in that thing. It's ugly, bro. Oh, my mama. Like, I'm just going to be that quiet Niners fan that's just watching the game like, yeah.
It's too late. And, hey, Norm.
Great. When they win the Super Bowl on y'all, I swear to God. Hey, somebody said undefeated is not going to beat up 14-2 at best, 12-4 at worst.
Yeah.
Both situations winning that bowl.
Accidents do happen. You got to lose a couple.
What I want the Niners to do this year, though, this is a bold prediction. The Niners going to the Super Bowl 55 as the away team wearing they all whites. Bam.
I like that. He could have won that last year. Should have, you know.
They will smack. Hey, Niners is smacking. They smacking them if they wear all white. Any game, they smacking them.
I don't believe they lost.
All white, they smacking them. Because I was doing that in Madden, right? Because I was like, that was one of my dreams was to see the Niners in they all whites. And I've seen this last year, and they smacking them.
Yeah,
every time.
Panthers and Hawks, right, were the whites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last game that set them up for home field advantage, they was in all white. In the clink, in the chicken coop, and shut the crowd. The crowd went from 100 to 0 real quick when the Niners was in all white. So I'm telling you, they need to wear all white.
Yeah.
More. They need to wear all white more this season. That's my only thing with the Niners.
There's probably a league rule against that. You only do it two or three times.
2 games,
maybe 3.
Maybe 2 games per year.
Yeah.
2 games per year. 1 home game, 1 away game. I think the away game should be versus the Cowboys, but the Cowboys always wear they white.
Dang it. And we got to play in Dallas, so we don't have a choice. I think when you're on the road, when you're on the road against the
but the Niners faithful, that's going to be a home game anyway on my mama, because last time we went out there.
Hey, Dallas is a home game? I thought we had to go to. Oh, kind of is. We're always it's a home game when we play Dallas.
AT&T.
Whether we're in Texas.
AT&T Vice Stadium. That is AT&T Vice Stadium. Watch. I'm going to tell you right now.
Whether we're in Dallas, whether we're in Texas or Cali, it's always a home game. We got as many fans in Texas.
They ain't going to lose. Now, I hope this Cowboys fan don't lose the key to their car. They just lose that keychain. How about that?
Oh, that's going to be a fun game.
Come on, join the Empire.
Because they're going to come in and yell at them. Who the hot boys? Who the hot boys?
Hold on, wait.
Y'all calling up to getting on your social media talking about take off the. We going to prove who the hot boys is. I love it.
Oh, the block is hot already. They already know who the hot boys is. The block is hot already. The block is hot. The block is scorching. The block is going to be actually the temperature of the sun flares they seen on 2012 next year. The block is going to be that hot.
Because man for man, we got the best linebackers. As hot as it is
in Stockton right now. It's hot in Stockton right now. I got the air conditioner on with the windows open. The block is hot.
Norm, I suggest you close windows. my uncle told that joke.
Scorching.
I haven't heard that in a long
That was a
time,
good
man. My
joke.
uncle told that joke years ago. Man, it's so hot in here. I had the AC going and the windows open.
It's going to be a good year for us. 2020 is going to be a good year. 2020 is going to be the good year. Look, the way that things is going right now. Hey, and I think, look, just because Pac-12 opened up for the for Stanford and all that, I don't think it means that that the Niners cover. That's two different counties. That's San Mateo County they dealing with over there.
I know, man. Okay. No, we got to stop though.
And then Levi Stadium is in Santa Clara County. So
in Santa Clara, administrators are having trouble with Jed. They just don't like him. So there's going to be some bias involved. But you know what?
I was in San Francisco last week. We sitting in circles at the park. So you feel me? So I already know that.
No, good stuff, fam. I'm gonna look for you tomorrow if you get a chance, huh?
Can I do it one time?
Yeah, you should do it one time.
Before we go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No. Yeah, all day.
I love it. I know. Have a great evening.
Yeah. Let's go.
Oh, it's good to hear from Norm. And Norm's got a comedy tip. I got to get Norm to give me the tape. I don't know where it's at. Norm was actually on a TV show. Anyway, I'll get back to you on that later. Hey, Dion!
Ronbo, what's going on, brother?
D, man, we're just sitting back here getting for the season, man. You got Phil out there holding parking lot parties at pizza houses and stealing, and should have been stealing photos. And it's just starting to look like football season. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, it's definitely looking like football season, man. You know,
D, you got a feedback. Is that a speaker behind you? Okay.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Yeah. There we go. Is that better?
Yeah. Go ahead, because I think I can still hear, but not too loudly. All right, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just trying to make sure. Hold on. I think that's better right there. That should be good.
Yeah.
No,
there it is. Oh, we're cool now. All right,
go
ahead.
There we go. Yeah, it's definitely looking like football, man. We're going to have ourselves a damn good year. You see Adam Rank gave us a 12-4.
I just didn't like the games he picked that we'd lose. You know, the Eagles and the Cowboys.
Of course. Of all teams, really? Those
I know,
two?
right? Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
that's fine.
It doesn't make sense, but, you know, I've just been, I've just been thinking along the lines of the battle with the wide receivers is going to be beautiful. That you're just going to see a bunch of hungry wide receivers that are out there doing their thing. They all want. It's like, you know, Jimmy is so embarrassed with riches. He's confused on who to throw the ball to. Kendrick, got to have him in there, man. You know, you got to have some Trent Taylor. You got to have some Jalen Hurd. You got to have a lot of those dudes, man.
D, let me just ask you one quick question, though. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I called Travis Benjamin camp fodder. But you know what? Richie James hasn't really carved out a place for himself. Not really, because Kyle hasn't given him a chance to. But does Travis Benjamin, because I had this argument with a fan on Twitter, does Travis Benjamin, does he send Richie James home? Because he's familiar with what Kyle does.
Richie's on the outside looking in. Period.
Anyway,
it's unfortunate, but he is.
Yeah.
The situation is, one, Richie doesn't get enough snaps on the field, and two, he's been relegated to special teams duty. Like you saw him you saw him doing kick and punt returns, and then you saw him as far as once in the Redskins game where he had that big catch. So you'll see him in like little small spurts.
Yeah.
But Richie's on the outside looking in. Yeah. Poindexter's on the outside looking in. Thompson's on the outside looking in. Yeah. You know, there are some people that just don't even deserve to be named because we already know they're not going to make the team. So, you got the greatest battle. Yeah, they just on the wrong side of the fence. It's like, you want to be here, and you'll take a pay cut to be here because you know we're going to be winners. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, are you really going to be a guy that's out there producing? No, you're not. So, unfortunately for Richie, he's on the outside looking in. And plus, You know, you have there's too many receivers there for him to be fighting with. And Travis Benjamin is probably the guy I could say right now that's on the bubble. That's the closest to making this team.
Yeah.
Probably him, Dante Pettis, and that's about it. But I don't think Pettis makes the team because, you know, we don't know what he's doing. I know that Ayuk has been looking great. Him and Jimmy are developing great chemistry. I know that, you know, the offensive line depth is great, and that's going to be a wonderful battle to watch because you're going to see these dudes. I heard they're supposed to possibly reduce the preseason to about 2 games. So you won't get too much, but in those 2 games, I can tell you right now, you only see rookies. You won't see any vets. Guys that are already going to make the squad will not be out there because they already have their positions carved out and they know. Like Quan, Fred, and Dre, you're probably not going to see them at all. Why? Because we already know those are our three starting linebackers.
And ain't no point in them getting hurt. Exactly.
Yeah, ain't no point in them getting hurt or taking a chance. You won't see Nick. You won't see D. Ford. You know, you won't see
You may
Eric.
not see McKinnon, although I wish they would. He needs some work.
Well, no. I'm going to tell you right now, that's the one thing I want. McKinnon needs to be out there. Jason Verrett needs to be out there. Ronald Blair needs to be out there. Get the rust off in the preseason. Knock that rust off so when the real season comes, we're not having you take that step back. Everybody gave Joe Staley all kinds of crap when Jadeveon Clowney ate him up. But that was his first game back in God knows how long. And then after that, he was fine.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, you know, it just becomes a situation where you have to make sure that these guys get what they need and get what they want as far as that. But shout out to Dre, man, and the Niners All Day show, man. They were killing it. They've been doing some great work. I was
giveaways.
Honored. Yeah, I was honored and appreciated. He brought me on for a show, man. I was very, very appreciative of that, man. The platform's growing drastically fast, and believe you me, man, they are doing some great things. We were talking to them the other day about free agents for next year, man. And some of the guys we got to keep, and one of the guys on the outside looking in, man. We talked about Akello. Hey, look, you got to either figure it out or you got to go.
Because there's guys coming in. Who threatens him this year? Definitely does more than threaten him. What if, for some reason, the guy that stays healthy that we brought in last year? Yeah. What if Jason comes around? Yeah. That's
if Jason comes anywhere near what he was, he might even take Mosley's spot. And that's because we all know that Jason Verrett is a Pro Bowler when he's healthy. The fact is he can't stay healthy, and you can't trust him to do that. So you probably run with Mosley anyway, and you just throw Verrett in on different packages here and there to give Mosley a break, maybe. You know, but he's going to be another guy that needs a lot of work in the preseason. Yeah. Make him knock the rust off. Let him get his head right. These guys need to do it. And that's the case of what needs to go on. But I'm telling you right now, everybody is going to definitely do exactly what they need to do as far as that goes. But it's going to be a wonderful season, man. I told you 15-1 or 16-0.
Wait, you got to rhyme that. 15-1 because we ain't nothing but a lot of fun.
16-0 is Jimmy G is ready to go.
Yes. Don't let me go. That's bad luck, though, D. You cannot go 16-0. For some reason, and history says that is a bad thing come to playoff times. You ain't lost the game yet. Because you learn things from losing.
Hey, I ain't worried about it, man. I'm telling you right now, we going to go, if we do it, we're going to win the Super Bowl. I have more faith in our team this year than I've had in a very long time. I feel like they're just too strong on all fronts. There isn't a way for them to be beaten. And there's not a team in the league that's better. Our linebacking core is the best in the league.
That's true.
Our linebacking core is the best in the league. Jimmy is way better than any of these commentators. Yeah, he's way better than any of these commentators give him credit for. Oh, he's this. Oh, he's that. Oh, he's not that great. Oh, well, what about this? You know, all these BS, man. It's just crap.
I know. Dude, we got to pull up. I'll look for you tomorrow, and we can continue.
Oh, yeah, I'll be there.
All right, fam.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, see you on Raw. Hey, y'all, remember, subscribe, hit that button for Niners all day, and definitely hit that like button for Ronbo Sports, man.
It's D. And check out D. When he's not hanging out other places, he's got his own too. Deon Johnson. Click him. All right, D.
Sir.
Look for you later, fam.
All right, brother.
Hey, I'm gonna go. You know, I do want to make that. I gotta get a chart. I gotta get somebody to crunch the stats. The linebacking group of the Dallas Cowboys and the stats of the 49er linebacking group. I want to know who makes the most tackles, who's got the most INT. I wonder what those numbers look like. So the Hot Boys Texas version can shut the hell up. Hey, Rick.
What's good? What's good, Ronbo?
Oh, Rick, man, you know, everything's good right now. The arrow's starting to point toward Super Bowl 55.
You know it. You know
you,
it,
man,
sir. You know it.
Because if Jimmy's game is on, and I got a feeling this is the way it goes with Kyle Shanahan, that offense is going to be brutal, and you already know what the defense is capable of. I see the 49ers being ridiculously good next year. But, you know, he's out there working with him right now. He's learning how to be even a bigger leader than he already was. What are you seeing out of here, Rick? Are you feeling good about what's going on here or what? Except for Jalen Hurd, which I'm concerned.
Question. Yeah. Without question, man, because the thing is, it's just what you're probably seeing this year is that he's becoming more familiar with the offensive playbook and stuff like that. Kind of like back in the day with Alex Smith, back when he was making that transition. He was starting to have his own little passing camp with the receivers because he knew kind of what to expect. And with him working out with the receivers right now, they're having a lot of dialogue to be like, okay, this is what I see. What do you see on this kind of, what do you see on this certain play right here? What if somebody jams you? What if you stutter, whatever the case may be? What do you throw your hand up if you think you got them, or you act like you do a slam, or you pull up and do a goal or something like that? So he's getting all the communication together right now.
Get
so
them
therefore, get the signals together right now, as well as working on a lot of free plays. Because sometimes he'll have to break the pocket. You have to roll out. You know what I'm saying?
And what can you expect from him? Exactly.
And you scramble and like, look, hey, if you see me scrambling, come back to me. Don't learn. Sometimes you have to break off your route and come back to give me somewhere to throw, because Jimmy G, he'll take a sack sometimes, although we get frustrated with it because he really doesn't do check downs, although I would like to do him some more sometimes, but he's always looking to make a play. What you will not say, he's ducking. He's always looking to make a play. So if you see him with the ball or whatever, and he scrambles out of pocket or whatever, if you have to break off your route, give him somewhere to throw it to, so you can make a play for him. So I mean, it's awesome,
That's such an important part, Rick, and that's some of the things you didn't see last year. That Jimmy G actually left him out to dry. If you see Jimmy's in trouble, then do like Russell Wilson's receivers do, and I hate to use them for an example, but they will bail Wilson out every time. We didn't see that enough last year with the 49ers receivers. If Jimmy's in trouble, damn it, get yourself free, run toward him, do something. So he stands there and everybody says, Jimmy G holds the ball too long. If you knew the game, you'd understand that's not exactly what happened. I'm sitting there thinking, but go ahead.
Exactly. Because the thing about it, like you said before, what it's doing, he's looking for somebody to get open. And so even with this kind of doing these communications right now and doing these passing for some of the taller receivers, and he can say, look, hey, can I trust you to throw a jump ball up there? You know what I'm saying? If I throw a jump ball, kind of like that trash pass that stupid Patrick Mahomes completed on us with Tyreek Hill. That was a trash pass, man.
I know. That ball was up in the air for 30 minutes, too.
It was a trash pass, but Tyreek Hill made him look good in it. He made him look good with it, and so that's what the receivers have to gain that trust with Jimmy. Like, look, hey, if you say you open whatever, and I throw you a ball, you have to either make sure that either you're going to catch the ball or you're going to knock it down, or you know what I'm saying, prevent it from you become the DB and prevent the other cornerback from trying to make an interception, whatever. Because like we saw last year, a lot of times he would throw the ball to people and it would bounce off their chest, bounce off their hand, whatever.
into the
you
defender's
know,
hands.
that kind of
What are the
exactly, and so
odds?
it just pops up in the air, and so it's a INT, and it
Oh.
doesn't reflect that it was a bounce pass or reflected off of somebody's hands or chest, whatever.
And then the Jimmy
But
G haters come in, and he had this many interceptions. Did you see the game? Do you know how many interceptions
exactly,
he actually had? No. He just looks at the number.
exactly, they just look at the bottom line stats. But I mean, we know as Niner fans, he was nowhere near what some of those stats were trying to say about him. But he'll be better this year, man. He's awesome. I mean, I like the fact that everybody's good into camp because that shows that they're hungry and they're eager to get on paid with him, which will help us out because I think because we have a lot of our returning starters and players coming back, we're going to be able to hit the ground running versus some other teams that have to figure out this and that and whatever. So, I mean, we're going to be fine. I'm like 15-1, 14-2. At the worst, I'm thinking 13-3. I mean, and that's bad.
They did it last year.
That's
Great.
bad. 13-3. We're going to be that team, dude. Hey, I know I got to get off. Hey, continue to wash your hands, social distancing. We're going to be united as a Niner family, man. I can't wait for us for this revenge tour, man. Y'all be safe. We're going to win the Super Bowl. Jimmy, Super Bowl MVP. You heard it here first.
And he said 14-2. What's your bottom? Your max is 15-1.
My 15-1, 13-3 is low.
13-3. Yeah. All right.
Minimum 13-3, man.
I like it.
Dude, I promise you, everybody get ready. We about to put on a show. We're about to put on a show. Everybody knew it was for our defense last year in our running game, which was obviously the true thing. But this year, look out for our passing. Look out for our passing attack. Look out for our passing attack. We're about to light the league on fire. Y'all have a good evening, man.
You too, Rick. Good stuff, fam. Have a good night.
Oh, you do the same. Bye.
Thanks. Yeah, man, I do see this game being totally different, especially with more polished weaponry out there too. At some point we got to start predicting. I got to see one preseason game. I want to know just how efficient and fluid they're going to be out there because that makes all the difference in the world. Making your score prediction, 30 points is probably going to be an easy thing for these guys to achieve last year. Heck, the 49ers did that almost last year, just with having mainly a running game. So, hey, Derek.
Hey, Ronbo, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Derek. Come on in, man.
Hang on, I think I got my speaker on, Ronbo. Hang on.
Okay. Yeah, because I when I look at what's going to happen now, and actually I do, if Jerick McKinnon is even 80% of what he was anticipated to be, that just makes all the difference in the world. Because now we're saying Jimmy G doesn't like to check down. There were times I think Jimmy didn't really have a legit check down. But Jerick McKinnon is going to be hard for somebody to cover. And if you do try to cover him, you're going to have somebody else who's going to be free. Jimmy's going to have that option too. There's all kinds of ways that Kyle has already figured out before everybody else has how to make things very difficult for a defense to cover. This is why you see 49ers running open all the time like you did last season. With mediocre defenses, he just butchers them. Hey, Derek, you ready?
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm here, Ronbo.
Okay,
listening to some of that joy and sunshine. Yeah, I mean, I saw what the subject matter was, Ronbo, and I'm happy to see Jimmy throwing his little training sessions. It's good to see Hurd out there working, and I hope he comes out to prove people wrong. Same with Jerick McKinnon. I think everybody's going to be fired up.
Oh yeah.
What are you thinking, Ronbo?
I'm pretty positive about Jerick McKinnon. I don't see anything but good things from him. People didn't really. I remember before he got hurt, year before last, or what is it, 2 years? Jerick McKinnon was raging through practice. Now, see, I knew that if Kyle brought him in, there must have been a reason for it, right? So Jerick McKinnon was smoking the defense on a daily basis. People say that doesn't mean anything, but it does because that means he gets it. So that's why I think this year, him and Kyle, whatever they got cooking, we're going to get to taste it. So I got no problem. I'm worried about Jalen Hurd, though. I don't know why Jimmy didn't want to say any more about him than he did when he did that conference with Matt Barrows last week. So we'll see about that.
Maybe Jalen, he knows that Jalen's trying to catch up, and maybe he knows that he's just focused on catching up, and maybe that's all it is. I do know that I think Richie James is definitely, I heard a caller talking about it, earlier that I think he's also the odd man out here, because Chris Fink, I believe he does punt returns and stuff. And I was actually just watching our Browns, and I watched the full game of the Browns and the Carolina game. And Richie James doesn't do too much with punt return. Yes, he has a splash here and a splash there, but I think he had one good run all season. And I think that's the spot that we could most benefit from improving, to be honest. Not trying to be harsh on him or anything, but
no, but it is what it is.
The truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, could you imagine our offense and defense, and then having a touchdown here and there on the special teams, Ronbo?
Oh man, I could just.
I mean, it'd be really hard to beat us.
I think
It'd be
Richie.
really hard. I mean.
Oh, absolutely, and good field position all the time. You know what though, Derek?
Mm-hmm.
I think Richie might have been a little frustrated last year. You know, he wanted to take more part in the offensive game, and he wasn't in much of the plan other than just returns, right? Because I could see it seemed as his body language at times, he didn't really seem like he was really into returning. He did an okay job. We need more than an okay job. And now he's got threats coming all over the place. He's got Trent Taylor, he's got Travis. He's just got a lot of problems coming up for him now.
And Travis Benjamin, I wouldn't count that guy out. I mean, had his best, and he had his best years under Shanahan, like a lot of the people he brings in.
See?
And it's not just him. Look at Tevin Coleman. People want Coleman shipped out, and I'm not really with that either. I mean, just watching those two games alone, Coleman, he's a tough mother trucker, man. And
there's an article about Tevin, and there's one guy evaluated. Tevin Coleman didn't have a good year, and he's getting ready. I was getting ready to read it. I didn't get a chance to, but I'm gonna go back and get to that. A lot of people think Tevin fell down, but he wasn't that bad. He had a few good games.
I don't think he was that bad. And like I said, I think I called in last week and told you that I don't think Tevin fumbled not one time.
No, I don't think
he had a creditable fumble. And
I don't remember.
Like Shanahan, he has to. I don't remember him fumbling. I remember everybody else fumbling or having a ball pop up in the air or something crazy, but not him. So I don't know. And I think
that was you and I
Shanahan
discussing it.
him.
When he hurt his arm, he still maintained possession of the ball.
Yeah, he didn't lose the ball. No, he didn't lose that. Nope. So, and I think that's why Shanahan likes him, just his grit alone. So, but we'll see. I'm very curious to see how the wide receiver group rounds out, though. That's going to be fun. So that back room is going to be fun too, Ronbo. It's going to be so fun. Preseason.
Yes, dude.
Because
you pencil in the guys you think are going to make it, but there could be somebody upset though, Derek. Somebody could come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And again, I allude to Dante Pettis. What if Pettis, although he doesn't fit the profile of what the 49ers want right now, when you look at Ayuk, Deebo, Jennings, this is not Dante's game. Kendrick Bourne, he's a whole nother story. I see two spots being available. Trent Taylor, no, I see one spot now. I still know what he's going to do with this.
It's going to be real fun. Well, I don't know why he didn't just do punts and stuff. If he holds the college record, I think.
Yeah, it does.
What is that about?
Greatest of all time.
Why is he not just doing punt returns? Why is Richie doing that? I mean, I understand. Well, we also have a bad habit of switching people out of position, too.
Yes.
For whatever reason they do that. So it might just be like that.
You got to be versatile to play with the 49ers nowadays, on both offense and defense, it seems. So.
But I just wanted to drop that on you, Ronbo. I'm looking forward to a lot of these guys. I can't wait to see cut. And hope everybody stays healthy, you know?
That's the thing. You can get healthy. If you can stay the whole season healthy, your chance to get the Super Bowl are really good. Good stuff, Derek.
Yes, it is. All right. Take care, Ronbo.
You too. Appreciate you too, man.
Right,
Talk to you later.
Of course.
Oh, man. Hey, Kevin.
Rumbo, how's it going, man?
Kevin, I'm doing all right, man. How you doing, man? Kevin, you might have saw him. Kevin and I got together just the other day. Pick his brain for all he's getting. Kevin's got a lot of stuff to offer. Kevin, looking at Jimmy, I'm loving the role and maturity this is going to add to him and that type of thing as far as running a football team. I mean, what are you speculating from all this is going to come? Are we going to see a sharper chemistry between the guys and all that good stuff?
Yeah, I think we are. we've all talked about, Jimmy getting a second full year in the system. And the guys are out there practicing and they're working hard and they're working out and they're getting their chemistry down, and that's great. That's very important. I'm glad that they're setting some time aside and in the off season while, COVID is still going on, that they're building that chemistry. They're getting that timing down. I know that, I don't know if Deebo is back out in California, but I know he was in Texas training with Jet and Trent Williams. So, they're all getting their work in, and we're not seeing a whole lot of people, we're not getting posts really from the defense, except I know Quan and Kendrick Bourne were out there working out a little bit, and I know Ronald Blair's doing some stuff, and Bosa posted a picture with his brother. So, these guys are working hard, and I think they're motivated from, what happened at the end of last season. Honestly, Ronbo, what happened in the Panthers game last year, it was like 51-13 or something like that.
I know, talking about running up the score. That was Tevin Coleman's biggest game.
I could see us putting up at least 2 to 3 50 burgers this year, man. I mean, the offense is a juggernaut. I mean, we may not have that number one, he's going to score 20 touchdowns receiving, or, we may not have an Adrian Peterson, but collectively, I think, we're just as strong as some of those, those Patriot offenses. And, it's going to be, run by committee, and it's going to be, catch by committee. So it just depends on how Kyle wants to use, all the weapons that he has this year.
Kevin, do you worry about the defense and what do? They don't have specific drills. The offensive line and guys, they need bodies to work with in order to get some training in. I do worry about the time they're not putting in right now. I'm kind of glad they're resting because we had a long season last year. But I'm concerned is how they sharpen up between now and camp next week. And I think they're going to have to do all the sharpening up that they're going to do next month, actually. So I don't know what they do.
Are you talking about the defense or the offense?
Defense, because the offense can get plenty of work in, especially the players. I mean, the skilled players.
They could always work on, they can always work on their get off with the sled machines. They could work on, building their lower body for push off on the D line.
Where do they get that?
For
that
corners,
equipment though.
Sorry. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, they don't have the right equipment. I guess that's right. We saw Ronald Blair doing some agility stuff. So, I mean, they could find their own ways to, get in the gym and do some stuff. But, one thing that I do really want to see this year is have Kyle let Jimmy kind of, I feel like Kyle, he's so good on the offense, and he's got such great play design, and
take the leash off.
Jimmy will probably, he'll just walk up to the line and say, okay, here's my will linebacker, here's my free safety, this is my read. It's a cover 3, switch to a cover 2. Okay, Kittle's going to be open. What I want to see is to let Jimmy have some
ad-lib a little
bit. Command of the offense once he gets up to the line. And if he's like, okay, I'm seeing man here, but this is where the outside linebacker is. I know he's not going to be coming on a blitz, so that's my hot route. And I don't know. Kyle's he's so good at calling plays, and he's an offensive guru. It's almost like you kind of want to do what he says because 75% of the time it's going to be right.
Yeah. Even more so.
That's the one thing I'd like to see Jimmy G have this year is a little bit more command of the line of scrimmage. So
I just want to piggyback on that just real quickly. Here's the thing: Kyle likes it when his quarterback can go off schedule. He doesn't want to have to lead you through a play. He wants you to understand the offense and know how you can manipulate within that offense. And that's what you're going toward now. And I think Jimmy's pretty much ready for that. He was doing that when he first came, if you'll remember, in 2017.
Yeah, well, here, Ronbo, you're absolutely right. And there's one thing that I do want to say about that is, there were a couple plays last year, and there's specifically one play in the Super Bowl that kind of comes to my attention. And it is that play that Kittle actually got called for the offensive pass interference. That was Jimmy's first read, And if you look back at the screen, if you kind of blow it up and if you rewind the play a little bit, he's got a streaking Deebo Samuel who's beat the corner by about 5 yards. So it's just kind of that thing where Jimmy needs to, Kittle's my first option, but if that free safety slides a little bit to the right at all, I know Deebo's going to have speed on this. They should know the personnel. So. That's all I'm saying is that,
But Kev, you know what? That's a good point. And here's the thing. I bet you if you have your druthers out there, and especially in a play where the moment is really hot, you're going to go to the guy you fully depend on, and you going to All-Pro George Kittle's probably the thing. Next year, I think the familiarity with the guys now, if he looks corner of his eye and sees Deebo rolling, he's going to go to him now. But last year, it was all about George Kittle. I got a feeling that's what took place on that play. He may have even seen Deebo, Kevin. I don't know. He may have.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, so. There are a couple plays where he makes his second and third read, but, I'd really like to see that progression of him, going 1, 2, 3 really quick at the ball. Because he's great on those play actions. He takes that play action, and then he steps up, and there's that crosser about 20 yards. He's great at that stuff. But
and his percentages, right? On play action? Oh, they're way above that stuff under center. Oh, yeah. Kyle's got to do more of that.
That's what I'm saying. He's going to be sharp for sure. Yeah. I'd just like to see, let Jimmy take the reins a little bit more. That's all I want to see.
I believe you're going to see that more next year, too. He had to learn what he's doing first. Now he's a graduate. Get out there and do your thing. Good stuff, Kev. Let me talk to you tomorrow if you get a chance.
All right. Thanks, Ronbo. Thanks for the platform. Absolutely.
Thanks Kev. Night.
Bye.
It's Kev. Good observation on this part, too. Let Jimmy set him. What is it when people are locked up? Free Jimmy! Mel!
Put your Crocs away. You already know what time it is.
Bang, bang.
What's good, Ronbo?
I love the point about Jimmy. Let him do his thing. Because you know what? I think he has that capability now. He's a brilliant guy. He's going to be able to do that. He's going to be able to do things in an offense now because he knows how it works. The nuances are what he had to learn about last year. And he had some fails. And we did see some reads at times that he could have extended a little longer. But then again, against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, that offensive line was being breached play after play after play. Person could not do anything with the Chiefs. So he made those one reads in order to be able to get rid of the ball instead of having to eat it, throw it away, or take a sack. So I'm feeling him. But, Mel, what are you thinking about what's going on with Jimmy right now? Is he going to get that straightened out in these weeks that are so crucial to next season?
Not a doubt in my mind, Ronbo. The dude, he didn't even really have much that he had to do differently. Going into, this new season, he was a lot better than what he gets credit for, like the bro Dion was saying. Dion, what up, bro? We still got to link up, too. But, like Dion was saying, he doesn't get the credit he deserves and that he earned. And he gets downplayed, but it is what it is at this point. Yeah. So I think I shared this the last time we were on, that all Jimmy really has to work on is, what was I saying? The deep ball, where he has the arm to do that. He has to work on the timing of the deep ball with the receivers and being able to throw the ball away because he doesn't throw the ball away a lot. Yeah. So we have to do something about that.
Even though we're screaming at the monitor, throw it away, Jimmy! Throw it away! Right. I don't want to go through that next year.
7 and 10 and 13-yard losses on sacks, man. That destroys a drive. Yeah. That can really destroy a drive. So, but for the most part, man, Jimmy, he has it all together. And knowing this offense a lot better than what he did last season is going to help greatly. It's going to help tremendously. So I think he will be able to audible out of a lot of stuff, with a better handle on this offense instead of – it's a completely different feeling as a player when you have knowledge of the playbook that's so well that you don't even really have to think about it. You don't have to go up to the line of scrimmage and be trying to really, consciously think about, man, what am I supposed to do on this play or what am I looking for?
You start
Once
innovating.
That becomes second nature, right, when it becomes second nature, it just opens up an entirely new avenue for you.
Oh, yeah. Because now you can start making your own moves because you understand how it works and what the results of certain movements will be, and you just go ahead and go for it now. Oh, yeah. So that's what Kyle's looking for, too.
No doubt.
He'll get it.
Yep. It was my birthday Saturday, Ronbo.
Oh, you know what that means, don't you? He's got to be put through the misery of the Ronbo jingle. Sit back, Mel. I got to do this. I was wondering if I was going to get a birthday today. I was looking forward to it. Happy Niners birthday, 15-1 and all kind of fun for Mel. Happy Niners birthday in this month of May. Happy COVID under control out in the Philly and New Jersey area to Mel. Happy
My man.
Niners!
My man.
My Mel, man.
Yeah,
I
that
tell you
was
what, man. I just wish you had
Thank
that
you,
6 ring to
Ronbo,
put on.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Oh, we got that.
We
Super
came
Bowl
close.
55, man. I'm guaranteeing
gonna
that.
be
That's in the
yours.
bag already.
There you
The
go,
teams
Mel.
we play this year, man, they dead. They are dead.
They just don't even know
We
it
got a
yet.
bunch of killers.
What?
We got a whole team full of killers this year.
That defensive
I call them
line.
NWA, man. The Niners with attitude. They about
Like
to kill everything.
And it's easy, because I can't wait to see that defense in action, Mel. I don't know what they're capable of. I can only imagine. But what if? Because people said, oh, man, come on, man. Y'all can't expect Javon Kinlaw just got here, man. He ain't going to be DeForest Buckner overnight. Okay, here's the thing. You don't know that. I don't know that. Let's just take it right to the middle and say we'll agree to disagree. I've already had this argument with people. I'm telling you, man, some people they like to think of doom and gloom. I don't always wait. I wait till, we set yourself up for disappointment, but still, I'd rather be in that mind frame. God, you'll be fine.
Yeah, man, Javon, I'm telling you, I say it all the time. Javon is going to do better in this defense than Deebo. Than Defoe.
Okay.
Now, I love Defoe, but Kinlaw is more violent, like much more violent, and that is going to serve him better than Defoe's skill set. And like I said, man, I can't reiterate enough. I love Defoe because according to everybody else, because I say that, I think Kinlaw's going to do better. Oh, you hate Defoe, or
I know.
What? Nah, man, I love the guy. I love the guy. But,
it's about game style, and you're right. And this is what Kasurik was mailing and texting. I was texting the front office and doing all kind of weird things weeks before the draft. Kinlaw, Kyle, I could use him. He was all over. He knows Kinlaw fits his game plan. Destroy, seek, and destroy. Kill them all. Let God sort them out. This is Kinlaw. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah, these teams dead. I can't wait, man. I cannot wait.
It's going to be something fun.
Yep.
Well, Mel,
No
I'm going
doubt.
to tell you what. I'm going to be looking for you tomorrow, man. Birthday boy.
Nah, I'll be here.
Be looking for you.
Yeah, no doubt. Today's my sister's birthday. Yesterday was mine. But
Wow. You guys, that's unique. Brother's
and the
birthday is
day
one day
before
apart from
was
his
our
sister.
parents' anniversary.
What?
Yep. So the 12th is my folks' anniversary. 13th my birthday. 14th my sister's, and then tomorrow the 15th is my brother's.
Whoa, Mel! This is Guinness Book material. What? That timing's incredible. For all of that. Whoa. Mel, hey, the family, he's born under a clover. I'm telling you, fam. Mel, enjoy.
All right, Ronbo.
Talk
You know what time it is when you hear that bang, bang all day.
Night, Mel.
Down.
Check that out. Mel's family, numerically, how those numbers will never. Wow. Hey, Jay.
What's up, Ronbo?
Jay, man, sitting up here tripping on Jimmy out there, running that leadership role, doing all the things he needs to do to make sure we do not have any mistakes or questions by the time the season starts like we did last year. The learning is over. Now it's time to excel. Jimmy's going to make sure that, and Kendrick Bourne, I'm calling him he could be the MVP. And Jay, you know why I say that? Because anybody who's been with the program for the last 2 years, 3 years, like Kendrick's been with the program every year. Do you know that Kendrick could be the most valuable receiver we have? Not named Deebo?
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell you.
I mean, it could be a possibility. The man's working really hard. I got to commend. He is really working hard. I think he want to stay with his team. He likes his team. I think he want to stay with us.
And who knows more about the offense than he does? Tell you. I like it.
I like it a lot. And I feel like, you know what I'm saying, this is why I liked it when Manuel Samuel was on his team, because he branded this in their brain, you know what I'm saying? So that was a good trade, you know what I'm saying? And now that he's gone, we got younger, and now they can, you know, give the information out to the team, you know what I'm saying, what they need to do to become a great team. You know, they need to work hard, and, you know, it ain't about, you know, you got the skill set, but guess what? People got the skill set too, and they come and working harder, and they trying to take your job. And so, you know, Kendrick knows, you know what I'm saying? He knows, you know what I'm saying? They drafted a receiver, you know what I'm saying, 2 years in a row, you know what I mean? So,
and I like that, Jay. And Kendrick still made him sit down.
Yeah.
Second round pick, I don't care nothing about that.
Yeah, exactly. You because you know if somebody coming to hire somebody to come, and 9 out of 10 they trying to come take your job. So,
every time, yeah, and that's why they got drafted.
Exactly. So that's why he's working his tail off. But I mean, that's what I'm saying. You see Deebo working his tail off. You see Jalen Hurd working his butt off. You seeing all these other people, but I ain't still hearing about Dante Pettis. What's going on with
Dante, he didn't show up. We heard first practice Jimmy was holding. Dante was on hand. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't heard about him since, though.
See, that's what I'm saying. So, but, you know, they trying to put this team together. They know that's the great thing to do, is to get everybody, the receivers, get acclimated to the playbook.
Jay, you got muffled.
Have any questions about the playbook? Yeah, exactly. So they can get all that out the way. They can teach you. You know, Jimmy could be a good leader as far as bringing these guys on and running the plays and telling them where to be, where he likes to throw the ball.
So
and
important.
They could give him pointers. Yeah, so it's very important that they coming out, because if you sitting there and thinking that these teams ain't gunning for you, they gonna gun for you because you the NFC Championship. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna gun for you. So you gotta come and bring your A game.
Your sound, Jay, there's an echo going on. You got a speaker on or anything?
No, I just got you on speakerphone.
Yeah, oh yeah. Don't do that, Jay, please. I was wondering what your sound got muffled all of a sudden. All right, go ahead. I can hear you better now.
Okay, I was just saying that the whole thing is that they just trying to work themselves into a whole team acclimate so they can try to go back to the Super Bowl. You know, because that's the main objective, is to go to the Super Bowl. They ain't trying to make it to the NFC Championship and lose.
No,
they try to get there and win.
And don't become the Hawks. Every year, the Hawks just be raging through the regular season. Oh, here come the Hawks. All the experts are picking the Hawks to return to the Super Bowl. That's embarrassing. I mean, I like having a good team during the regular season, but don't be known as that regular season team that cannot go beyond that, except for maybe a round in the playoffs. That's embarrassing.
To be the modern day Buffalo Bills, and we ain't trying to be the modern day Buffalo Bills. We're one of the top organizations in the league. Yeah, exactly. We're the top organization in the league, and we gotta win a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? We gotta change this narrative that we just getting to the Super Bowl is a good thing. No, we're there to win championships. That's the whole why you go to OTAs, you go to training camp. you play in the season, you go to the playoffs, and
and everybody knows that's where you go stop. You know, I mean, we got Russell Wilson. You're always in contention. Well, guys, Russell Wilson. Last time I seen him in the Super Bowl, he threw an INT, and every year y'all get all pumped up, and you go to the playoffs and you get an ass whooping, and it's almost automatic.
That's true.
So,
yeah,
you know,
exactly. God. But you know, they're going by. See, that's what I'm saying. Once you win a Super Bowl, dude, you're annoying. It don't matter what you done, and you know what I'm saying. Here on out, they gonna consider you a going to the Super Bowl and winning it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
so can we get that kind of love?
That's the whole narrative.
Yeah, looks like we're getting it this year. So.
Yeah, we're gonna get that love, and we got something to prove, cause we ain't just got one player they can focus on. It's kind of hard to focus on a tight end because the tight end's inside, and he's getting guarded by a linebacker. So
now you
we
got a lot of bodies
got weapons on the outside. Yeah, we got weapons on the outside, running game. You know what I'm saying? We loaded.
And a second
and a
year.
Great defense.
And a second-year quarterback that's ready to go. Jay, good stuff, man. I'm going to see you tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Ronbo.
Thank
Appreciate
you, Jay.
you.
Thanks, man. Night.
And
hey, Tom West, thanks, Tom. A hippo. I'm not seeing a hippo yet. I like that. Oh, it's a Shabazz sighting. Shabazz. I ain't heard from Shabazz in like a long time. Shabazz.
Ronbo.
Shabazz.
Ronbo.
Hey. Shabazz, man, we're sitting up here bragging about the 49ers like we got a right to. And Shabazz, the nice thing about it is, in years past, I was considered a homer. I was considered delusional. I was a man that didn't know fact from reality. And now, Shabazz, I can't find them people. Yes! Niners all day hanging out in the Super Bowl. Said we couldn't do it. Shabazz, I got to tell you, though, last year I was one of the people who said, man, y'all need to calm down. I don't know if we're ready to go to the Super Bowl yet. Look at me. I slapped me twice about that same day. So you know what? I've been punished.
Man, Ronbo, listen here. I think we get back. I've seen the schedule predictions. I agree with it, 12-4. Except they had us losing to the Cowboys and beating the Cardinals twice. I think Arizona gets us, and I think we get the Cowboys. I think we go 12-4.
I like that.
And
how about them? How about the Hawks?
I think
we're supposed. Some people got to split with them.
We taking 2 from them. They going down.
Thank you. Is there any questionable game? You just mentioned I agree with you on the Cards. What is there any other questionable team? The Saints are always
no.
You always have to.
The Saints listen. The Saints ain't gonna do nothing with us, Ronbo. They're gonna get dealt with. Do you know what they've become? What the Packers is? They shook in their own house. They shook in their own house.
That's true. You can't keep.
They already know what we're gonna do to them.
You can't keep losing them big games like that. It's got to wear on your mind. Something about the confidence. You start to, that self-fulfilling prophecy. You get to a certain point and you know you're going to lose. Even though you keep telling yourself, we got this. You know you ain't got this because you've already been there too many times and failed. Yeah.
They know they ain't got it. And I'm going to tell you the perfect example of it is Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers is terrified of us. Mm-hmm. So he ain't. That ain't no questionable game.
You see it in his
the
face.
Patriots. We got them over there in Foxborough. That ain't no questionable game.
Nah.
Ain't nobody even gonna run up on us, Ronbo, because they know. And I'm gonna tell you, you guys talking about Jimmy, which is a good conversation. His knee, he ain't gonna be worried about this year. So he 100% healthy with that knee. Mm-hmm. So he ain't got no fears of that knee.
Yeah.
And the dark horse that we didn't get to see last year is who we gonna get to see. Yeah, we talking about all the guys we got. I hear guys mentioning Pettis, mentioning Kendrick. He gonna ball. Jimmy, who's gonna be our extra big over the middle receiver, is Jalen Hurd. Jalen Hurd is gonna do some things that's gonna be
I just
phenomenal.
hope that. I don't know why Jimmy wouldn't continue to answer any more questions. He just said a couple of things about him. Said he was raw. Some of the technique and stuff needs to be worked on, but he's very anxious about learning. And what's Kyle going to do? Are the coaches going to be able to get him on the right path? Jimmy's doing the best he can out there with him, but I agree. Jalen Hurd's going to be a force when they get him up to, as long as his body can hold out.
When you get him and Kittle in the middle, with Ayuk and Deebo on the outside,
pain,
my God,
pain,
Ronbo.
pain.
It's going to be slaughter. And then you talking about with the red zone, you still got my boy, you still got KB.
Yes.
Okay, who's a red zone threat. Now
yes.
you got Jalen Hurd, who will yoke on you, who's a big body.
Yeah.
Ronbo,
George
we're going to run a score up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're going to run a score up this year. I'm not worried about it. We'll be back. And I want to be the second seed, not the first seed. I don't even want the NFC Championship at Levi. I want to go down to Tampa Bay and smack Brady in the mouth and stay down in Tampa Bay. What I didn't do this year, and I blame myself, non-Empire, I blame myself. We started in Tampa. My buddy, who's a Packer fan, had my way down in Miami. And I said, nah, I'm going to chill. I ain't going to go. Ronbo, when we go to Tampa this year,
you'll be there.
My buddy who I was with in week 1, I will be there. Man, it'll be a cold day in HELL. I'll have to stick if I'm not there. I will be there. No, that won't happen to us no more. So.
But that scenario you just set up is perfect. 49ers on their way to Tampa Bay. The game we wanted to see when Brady was in New England will now take place. It's Tom Brady versus his protege, Jimmy G. And we go down there and spank him. Oh, my
God.
God.
In Tampa, take them home and tell Tommy enjoy the game with everybody else. And we just chill in Tampa. We ain't even got to fly back. We there. We ready. All the jitters. And whoever's coming from the AFC. We're not worried about none of them. They know that. They know that.
I'll be looking for you. I'll be in the hospital watching that Super Bowl with you, looking for Shabazz in the stands, man. Because you know what? I will have laughed so hard. I know I'm going to break ribs. And then, I'm telling you right now, oh, man. That's me. I don't even, wow.
You know where I'm going to be. Where I'm at every game, home or away. In the end zone, baby. Shabazz's favorite seat in the house is in the end zone, baby. I got to be in the end zone, baby.
You know
I got
how much
to be there.
Oh, you know how much smack you could talk in them stands, Shabazz? They'd have to move you to a special section. You'd have the entire. Hey, all right, any Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans up in here? I just want you to know. I told everybody way back in June, y'all was gonna get your butt whooped. Sir, would you sit down, please, and keep it down? No, I got something I want to say. Just go on and on.
Hey, bro, I'll be there. Plus, like I said, I got a close buddy of mine that's there. I already told him. I said, look, I ain't got to worry about no hotel, big fella. Tell your old lady I'm coming to get on that couch.
There you go.
I'll be there that weekend, and I will be at the game. No problem.
Because the combinations are going to be hard to come by, Shabazz. It's a good thing. Shabazz, don't be a stranger. We got to go. But listen, man, get on back here as soon as you can, all right? Be back tomorrow, too.
Man, I got to get back, Ronbo. Hey, it's nothing but joy, man. Shout out to the Empire. Shout out to you for what you do.
Thanks,
Shout out to all my people that's faithful that I get down with. I can't name them all, but, hey, hopefully we get the season going, and whether we get to go or whether we don't get to go, we're going to be rooting on them Niners. Bang, bang, not a game.
Bottom line. Thanks, Shabazz. Good night, fam.
You too, fam.
Thanks. I see. Hey, John V, thanks, fam. And Tom West, thanks, Tom, for those contributions, guys. Thanks, Tom. Tom, it's a nice decoration down throughout the wall, too. I like that. Thanks. And then Sharon.
Ronbo.
Sharon. We're sitting here tonight. We're just all proud of Tommy. I mean, wow, did I say that? Jimmy. Whoa, somebody slap me. I'll slap me. Oh, so I'm in it. Oh. So proud of Jimmy doing as Tommy used to do.
That one.
Oh, faux pas. But you know, He's out there showing his ability to run that unit. I mean, Kyle's got to be feeling real relaxed about making sure the guys are getting it done right out there and doing the kind of things they're supposed to do. No slacking off on routes. We don't put up with that. We don't put up with this. We don't put up with that. Listen, guys, here's what you're going to do because, like, coach is going to give you grief about this. Here's what you did wrong. And then, so it's looking good.
I think he's trying to correct everything from last year so they can get it better this year.
Nothing better than perfection, and we got to have it.
Yeah. I think he's trying to go over everything they did wrong last year and then make it better this year, and I think that's what he's doing, and he's doing one hell of a good job. I'm glad he's working out with Ayuk and getting that connection like he did with Sanders and stuff. So
yeah, that was good, wasn't it? That was really special.
Yes.
From week one, him and Emmanuel just hit it off, and that goes to show you, it's not. He's ready. I mean, Jimmy's ready. He just needs guys to be able to, if he serves it up.
I think he's going to have hell of a good season this year. He played his full year last year. Now he's playing his second full year, and his knee is fine. He's healthy. He's ready to roll. He's ready to go. He's getting the boys hyped up. So
that's it.
He's going to have a good year.
Don't focus on rehab. Focus on getting better, and make sure you guys are getting better. That's exactly right. Love it. And we're going to need that. And as I say, having Kyle in there, somebody pointed out earlier, he wants to see Jimmy go out there, go off on schedule. Don't, take the play, yes. But if you see something you can improve upon, then do it. And I think we're going to see more of that this year, Sharon.
Right. I hope so, too. And I hope, that Kyle, somebody said about, letting him take the lead or the leadership a little bit. I think we should see some more of that and maybe let him run outside the box once in a while because he's got the speed. I mean, let him take control for a minute. I mean, I know he has to follow what you got to say, but, sometimes, let him run outside the box, not stay in the box all the time.
I hate that. He can orchestrate from there on a certain place, but Kyle likes to play action a lot. So that automatically orchestrates rolling out. We're going to see more of that, I think, this year.
Yeah. But with all the weapons and stuff and we're stacked, I think, he should trust Jimmy and let him run outside the box and let him, throw it to Ayuk or Kittle or Samuel or somebody's going to be there eventually to catch the ball.
That's right. And Jimmy does so well on the run.
I think that's why he's working with some of these guys to catch the ball to where he's at. So I think that's why he's working with them now on that.
Yeah, get that stuff down right now. Because this is the time we're supposed to be working out like crazy. The guys are supposed to be worked up into a lather and getting ready to take the July break, and we're just now getting ready to go work out.
I'm just happy that football is back.
Yes, no matter what time.
It's looking good.
I didn't like that month of August off anyway. Every year we get all worked up, all excited. So the 49ers are going to take the entire month of July off.
The Cowboys?
What?
I'm not following that picture that we're going to lose to the Cowboys. I think we're going to destroy the Cowboys like we do every year.
The Cowboys?
We're going to lose to the Cowboys.
The Eagles? We're going to lose one to the Hawks?
Yeah.
And I forgot the fourth team. But what? The Cowboys? The Cowboys
are almost. Come on now.
They're not going to lose to that dumpster fire.
They got a lot of problems over there. I don't even think they paid their quarterback what he wanted.
I should. If we're going against Andy Dalton, I'm going to lose my mind laughing. Bring in that red rifle. And this time, don't forget the bullets.
Right? He's gonna come out with some shoulder pads because he's gonna get stomped on.
Like he did in Cincinnati.
Nick Bosa, you got, he's gonna come after you. So I mean, you better protect yourself because you don't get hurt.
And Bosa's gonna be better than he was last year, if you can imagine that. With Jerry Jones, and Jerry Jones saying, "I told Dak that he's asking for too much money, so I got Andy Dalton." Dak can sit back and think about that. Jackson, $40 million. Get out of here with that. God, he's.
But I think we're going to be on track, and I think we're going to be ready to go. And I'm feeling good about everybody. The offense and the defense, I think they're going to be ridiculous, and I can't wait to see that. So
that's gonna be fun. I just want to know how many
we're gonna
sacks
be stacked.
that defense is going to get. I really can't even imagine right now, especially if
It's gonna be
Kinlaw is
a
going to
lot
work
of
out.
sacks. Everybody's gonna have a turn getting sacks.
There's only one quarterback, though, Sharon. They have to share. Will they share?
Well, no. They're going to be greedy. Whoever gets to them first.
It's got to be the alpha. It's like in any animal trap pack. The alpha eats first. We have to establish who is the alpha. Oh!
I think it's going to be Nick Bosa.
It kind of looks like that to me,
Kinlaw.
too. We'll see what D Ford looks like.
I think the two is going to be, the two that really I think is going to be is Kinlaw and Nick Bosa. They're going to have a good year.
God, the two youngest on the defensive line. Sharon, good stuff.
Yep.
I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
All right, Ronbo, you have a good night. It was nice talking to you.
Thanks. You too.
All right, go Niners. All right,
bye. Now that we brought that issue up, who is the alpha dog? Who is the main? I mean, who's going to eat first and make everybody else wait on that defensive line? I bet that gets established in the first 2 or 3 weeks, too. Hey, John, I bet you John knows. John, come on in, man.
Ronbo, my man.
Hey. Well, John, Jimmy's the first subject on tonight. I'm telling you, man, I'm loving Jimmy now, man. The dude's out there looking real responsible, taking the lead, running that offense, telling guys what they're doing right, doing wrong. I love it. What do you got to say about our boy tonight?
Oh my man, I am. That is good news, Ronbo. I love knowing that Jimmy's out there taking the initiative. That's great. That's leadership, and I feel like he's heard all the noise. He knows what everybody's been saying, and he's out there doing his thing. And I hope it motivated him. You know,
hell yeah.
I know that's a dude that listens to constructive criticism, and he's going to capitalize. But I'm really impressed that he's working with the fellas out there. That's really good news, man. As far as who on the defensive line, oh my God, Ronbo, there's we've got too many heads to count. I mean, it's going to be. I hope to see Kinlaw come out swinging very aggressively. Not Reuben Foster aggressive, because that dude didn't have any. He had no control. That dude would just throw his body into anybody.
I know
he had bones for the next play.
He needed some training. He was doing well, but Reuben was raw. He had some things he needed to clean up.
Yeah.
And yes.
But I think Kinlaw is a massive man, and he's going to bring a very large presence in that middle. He's going to clog it up, Ronbo. Good luck getting through that dude, man. I mean, good luck. Good luck getting through any of these boys.
God.
Everybody's had a taste of blood in the water, Ronbo. They're hungry, man. And like you said, Jimmy, at about this point, I would imagine that Jimmy's knee is at least 100%.
Yeah, he's not thinking about it.
I want to see Jimmy. I want to see that boy move the way he moved when he
2017
came to our program. Yeah. That was smooth. He made my stomach hurt, man. I knew right then and there this boy is special, and he has some cleanup to do. I heard Kevin on that call where he said he saw Deebo 5 yards,
down the corner. Yeah. He missed a few in that Super Bowl.
You don't not give George Kittle the ball in these big moments. That's just proven. I mean, after that Saints game, Ronbo, how do you not go to Kittle?
Yeah,
that final play. I mean, come on.
Yeah, the point he's making though is make sure you know where all your guys are. Go through those progressions, even if you have to go through quickly. Jimmy, though, like I said, though, I'm going to the old gunfighter. If indeed in a situation where it's heated, I'm going to the money man. George Kittle's got to be the guy. But I think you'll see him expand a little bit more. He may fake everybody out and let George draw that defense. Meanwhile, if Deebo is shooting down the field, or IU, because you got a new speedster now, you let him have it. Yeah. But those options will be there.
Ayuk should bring. That dude's reach is phenomenal. I mean, he's like
Reed Richards of the
got
Fantastic
arms
Four.
like Stretch Armstrong.
Exactly. Woo. Man,
I'm excited, Ronbo. I hope all of these pieces gel together very, very good. I mean, the nucleus of it is there. We've got it. We've maintained the team. So these additions are nothing but promise. I hope so. I know we're concerned about whether these guys can work out right, whether they've got equipment, or whether. Are we the only team on the outside looking in right now?
Well, that's a good point.
Is everybody else?
Nobody has an advantage.
Working?
That's true. Nobody has an advantage over us. I don't think so.
Good. Well, then the playing field's even. I mean, how you take care of your body and how you prepare, Ronbo, you know. I mean, I'm sure there's communication. Kyle has to have. He's got to be telling these boys, like, look, I want you guys all working. I hope you guys, getting with the strength and conditioning coaches and stuff. I hope there's communication where they're getting on these boys to do some independent work.
Yeah, it'd be irresponsible. They have to. I just wish, Cal, if they're opening up next week, and I think we just heard that Pac-12 is allowing their people to come on back in. I wish the 49ers, would you be, there you are, you're attending Cal or Stanford, and guys, got a fun surprise for you today. We got a few 49ers coming in. What? Yeah, we got a few 49ers going to work out with us today. You guys ready for that? And, that would be fun because, I just want the guys to hit the sled. Awesome. I want to make a little contact, offensive and defensive linemen. Yes. You got to get some hits in if you're going to play that trench, right? So I'm hoping they'll allow for that.
Can you tell me a little bit about the guy that we brought in from Jacksonville, Ronbo?
Jacksonville. Who is that?
He's in the past.
What position? Oh, the coach.
He's a pass.
Pass specialist.
They just brought him on.
Yeah,
he's in the pass.
Yeah, he's a passing game specialist.
7 years with them.
Yeah. Yeah, he's.
Do you know anything about him? Are you impressed with it? Does it matter to you?
No, I scratched my head a little bit. He was assistant. He knows Salah. I don't know if that's enough for me, for him just to know Salah. And how much do they get together and do? But if they have that much faith in him, and John, here's a scary thing. There's not a lot of guys around the league that are any good to go and get. After we lost Woods, that hurt. Now we had to replace him with this guy, and I'm not sure what that means. His name is Ruttenberg.
Starts with him. Yeah. Ruttenberg,
Mike Ruttenberg.
That guy.
Yes.
I noticed when you posted on social media, I didn't see any emphasis on it.
Yeah,
so I was wondering if you were, I think I knew you were scratching your head on it.
Well, yeah, his resume,
the way you worded it.
His resume doesn't make you think, wow, okay. No. So we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was just wondering. I mean, I don't know if anybody brought it up tonight. I wasn't paying attention. So
no, it's one of those worrisome things where you don't want to think too much on it. We'll wait and see.
Right.
Anyway, John, we're gonna go. Hey, John, I'm gonna be looking for you tomorrow, then, fam. All right.
You got it, brother. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
I
John.
appreciate you.
Yeah,
appreciate
you back,
do,
fam.
man.
Thanks, fam.
Take care of yourself. Stay safe.
You too. Night,
all right,
John.
Good night, my man.
Yeah. Yeah, see, now, John brought that up, and I was already worried about that. I was trying to get over it, but I hope Ruttenberg is going to be okay. I don't want to see all of a sudden what used to be a tight unit become Swiss cheese out there. Of course, like I said, though, with that frontline defense, I don't know how he can screw up. We'll see. Hey, IB!
Ronbo. What's going on?
Oh, IB, we're sort of spotlighting Jimmy out there. Got things going on. He's running the show. And this is very important. I imagine every quarterback in the league is probably doing so, but since Jimmy's doing it, only his second full season as a quarterback, this is like good news. And he's out there probably teaching guys routes and things like that. And you know how it is, IB. In Kyle Shanahan's offense, the more you know, the better off it's going to be for everybody concerned, involved. So
clarity, and I think for him, it's that confidence level. Getting his legs back under him, and
I mean,
just feeling better about himself.
you're not on speakerphone, are you?
Nah.
There you are.
Yeah.
You sound better now. Go ahead, because I couldn't hear you. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, like I said, just feeling a little bit better about himself and getting his legs back under him. Trying to have a whole season this year where he's not constantly thinking about his legs and kind of going at it like he's back to his old self again.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. Once
I'm
you
looking
feel it
forward
around, to jump into it. Run out of that pocket. Don't be scared. Your knee's all right. Fine. Let's go.
Well, he's got some players that we haven't seen. He hasn't seen. And this whole pandemic thing has kind of put a halt to everybody's progression. So I think Jimmy taking initiative.
Oh
man. Him taking initiative kind of sets the tone back for us, and it shows his confidence level. It shows the communication that he's had with the players, and that's something that we've been stressing all year long. These guys are out, they communicating. Well, boom, all of a sudden he pulls guys out that we haven't seen last year.
I just wonder if they're doing new things too. Can you see it? Because I got a feeling him and Kendrick, because they know this offense so well, I can see them trying new things just to impress Shanahan, because they learned certain things in the classroom sessions, virtual classroom earlier in the day. Can you see them starting? Because when you understand and comprehend something completely, you start to innovate on your own, right? I could see that happening with Trent Taylor possibly too. Yeah. And I know George and Jimmy can be coming on that page.
I heard on the internet that some of those pictures that we've seen weren't Ayuk, and they were actually Chris Thomas. And, on the video as well, on the deep route, Chris Thompson. So, it'll be very interesting to see how it shakes out, because they said the kid had a lot of speed too. So, but
I mean, was you in the chat? There's an argument going on. Somebody doesn't think that, I don't know who it is, and somebody doesn't think he has all that kind of speed. I was laughing at that argument because he ran a 4.38. He just got his core fixed, and he was running 4.5s with a tore up midsection. Human beings don't do that. So this dude he's tougher than people can imagine. Woo!
Yeah, I've heard the same thing. Even his coach, Herm Edwards, said that he could possibly run a lot faster than the 4.5 that he did at the combine. I think Wes, our receivers coach, said that they clocked some of his game tape in college, and they said that he was running 4.3, 4.4 from his speed. I mean, the kid was like 20 miles per hour.
What was the MPH? I saw that. I can't remember what it was. And
that's speed right there. So
they say once he gets
that. Right.
Once he gets going, you're not going to catch him. Yeah. So.
Yeah, man. I'm more excited. Like I said, I was probably complaining most about defense. This defensive pick that we picked up with Kinlaw, but then after I sat back and I thought about it, it made a lot more sense to me, and that's what I'm most excited about. I think obviously we feel like he's got a big role to fill. So I'm excited to see how he's going to turn out, man. Because
who you talking about? Who are you talking about right now?
Kinlaw.
Oh,
I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I think same like Mel said, man.
21.9. Dre Berry put 21.9 mph. That's just a step behind Matty B. That's jamming. That boy can go.
Yeah, that's college student. You know what I'm saying? Imagine once he gets his body. You know what I'm saying? He got hurt. We don't know when he was hurt. So I believe he probably played with that core injury as well. You know what I'm man.
Oh,
So,
yeah, he did.
kid is-
Because he didn't want to miss out on the draft, right? So you got to do the best you can. See, that's that kind of character.
Yeah.
It tells me something
Kid is
about
crazy.
him. Yeah, no
Kid is
whining,
crazy.
no crying. I got, can't use this for an excuse.
Yeah, shout out to Dre. I watched this show. I watched a little bit before I tuned in to you, so
All
I
right.
checked that back out and all that. I didn't see John come on there, but I follow all of those guys that he had on there. So shout out to him and what he's doing. I respect it. And it keeps us in tune and information-wise and all that good shit.
And Dre's mentality is always going to be interesting. No matter what he's doing, it's going to be fun. So
I might have to grab some new earbuds if you don't hear me though, Ronbo, because I
oh yeah. Oh, you using them right now? Right. So
yeah, I might have to grab some more tomorrow.
They're not bad. They're not bad. It's just that I thought you was. They'll work. All right. All right, fam. I'm gonna go and look for you. Actually, I got to talk to you anyway. I'll get back to you shortly. All right.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, hit me back.
All right. It's IB. All right, fam. Talk to you shortly.
All right. I'll appreciate it. Yep. Yeah. Have a good one.
You too.
All right.
Yeah. I said. Local 49ers fan, the man who says Arizona has no fans. They're all paid spectators. Thanks for the contribution today, too, fam. Appreciate that. I've been saying that about the Rams for years, too. They go to the Hollywood Actors Union and get them out there to pretend like they like the Rams. Man, you got to pretend to like the Rams. Get out of here. Oh, God. What do we got? What's he got over here? Hey, Shay. Oh, we ain't talking. Wow. We ain't talked to Shay in how long?
What's up, Ronbo?
Shay, what's up, man?
How you doing, Ronbo?
Oh, I'm doing okay. We're all fully recovered after the Super Bowl, looking forward to getting right back in the season. And Shay, I knew all it took was us to get back in there, get back on top of that horse, and start riding. It's coming up soon now.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Ronbo. The season's right around the corner. We're almost in July, and then before you know it, August is already here. So,
yes,
absolutely, it's exciting, and I'm actually really happy. Even then, all of us Niner fans, and after what George Kittle said, the revenge tour. Like, there's a difference between saying like that and actually being about it. And I know I'm not saying that not everybody's putting in practice or off work and stuff like that, like putting work in without having to post it on social media. I get that, but I'm glad to see that all the guys, all the wide receivers. No, I don't think Deebo joined, but majority he's trying to Jimmy's trying to be that quarterback. He's looking like Tom Brady-esque, practice makes perfect. He's practicing with all his guys. He's out there, building rhythm, building chemistry, building timing with his dudes, just to get better. And it's cool because, you see the same thing with George Kittle. I don't think George was out there, but George is doing stuff with Brunskill and, some of the other linemen lifting and getting ready. Like, they're actually, it's a revenge season, man. It's the revenge tour is back, the legendary revenge tour, and they're actually, doing stuff out there. You know what I mean?
Getting that feeling.
It's awesome. Absolutely. Yeah. Like, they're putting in the work. So it's just going to be an exciting season, Ronbo, and I'm happy.
And you should be, because the 49ers know they shouldn't have lost that game. The Chiefs fans are running around, pounding the chest and carrying on. Then they got lucky. We made a mistake. And at the last few minutes, because who controlled that game for 3 and almost 3 quarters? 49ers. Ain't no doubt about it.
49ers, by far.
Yeah. So.
It wasn't even close.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't even close.
And wasn't playing the best football.
I think, absolutely not. You're absolutely right, Ronbo. We know we let that slip away, but I think that just filled them even to make them more hungrier for this season. So it's going to be interesting because I see a lot of good guys in camp. I mean, not camp, but I see a lot of good guys out there that look good. Like, I think Salvin Ahmad.
That running back.
Jennings, all those guys.
Wait to see him in action.
Yeah, his highlight tape looks really good. So, I mean, like, a bunch of these guys look really good. It's going to be interesting to see who makes the team, but, just keeping the main core together, and then having Kinlaw is going to wreak havoc next season. There's no doubt in my mind because I mean, let's be real. He had no help at South Carolina. I mean, I don't even know what round another player on that D line got drafted besides him. So I mean, it's gonna look good, when he's around other players that have good talent that he can actually shine too. So I'm excited for the season, Ronbo. I just can't wait. I'm predicting like a 13-3, 14-2 type season. And I think Jimmy G is going to take that next step as, being learning the playbook even better. He got all 16 games and playoffs of real-time football.
I mean, all the way to the end.
I think he's going to make that next step, Ronbo.
They all
the way to the end.
Yes.
Ronbo. Yeah, they all did. It's such a good experience, and I think that stuff does matter, and I think it'll help Jimmy G in the long run. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited. And pay that man George Kittle, please. Whatever you do.
He can't go anywhere.
Man his money.
Remember, he can't go anywhere though. His contract hasn't expired. We can wait till next year
you're
to
right.
franchise tag him anyway.
Right.
But yeah, so.
No, yeah, you're absolutely right. But I mean, George Kittle is the heart and soul, and we don't want to upset.
I don't want him unhappy either. I agree. I just
get into the locomotive running. I mean,
exactly. I just don't want that panic conversation, love. We don't have George Kittle. Hey, his contract hasn't expired. And even next year when we talk to him, we could still tag him. So we have 2 years minimum. I'm thinking, because, man, people be talking like George Kittle's leaving this year. No, he's not.
Oh, absolutely no. He's not. He's still in a contract, but absolutely, Ronbo. But it's good talking to your brother. Shout out to all my TNT guys as always. Will, Dre, Big Show, Trey, Jerry Fresh, Russo, all my TNT family guys, and shout out to you, Ronbo.
Thanks, man.
For always giving us a platform, brother. And if you're on tomorrow, I'll be back in tomorrow. Been a little busy at work, kind of hectic, but we back, Ronbo.
Okay, cool. I'll be looking for you too. All right. All right, Shay. Good to hear from you because I was wondering where you were. Where is Shay?
I'm good. All right, Ronbo. Take it easy.
You too. And as I looked down, you remember there were several of us that thought that, you look at Henry Ruggs was my guy, and, other people had other receivers and that type of thing. But I says, I'm laughing because Henry Ruggs is ranked. I got number 1 from the Bleacher Report. I'm looking at number 1 was Joe Burrow's going to be the O'Roy. And number 2, Jonathan Taylor, running back for the Colts. Tua is ranked at number 3 for Offensive Rookie of the Year. And guess who's number 4? Yeah, Brandon Ayuk. Kyle Shanahan has a very clear, and it says plus 3,000. And Breer says Kyle Shanahan has a very clear vision for his receivers, and you'll see quickly that that's true of Ayuk. Plus, he showed last year his ability to get rookie production out of the position. Deebo Samuel had 57 catches for 802 yards and 3 scores. So I think Ayuk will be quickest to translate of the rookie receivers, and he's my top contender among them for O'Roy. And then there's Ruggs after that. I didn't know what an Ayuk was. What is an Ayuk? I'm going to find out this year. Hey, Dollar, Bill, Will.
Wombo, what's up, man?
Oh,
what's going on?
Man, I'm just having fun thinking about Jimmy out there running the show. He's showing all kind of maturity. And right now, that's just the kind of person we need. With the situation, Kyle can get out there and whip him into shape. Some of the things they need to know. This is perfect. We got an offensive unit. Unlike a lot of teams, we got nothing but guys that know what they're doing out there. This gear could be stupefied. They could go 16-0, but that's bad luck. I don't want that. But still. Woo! Yeah. But Will, what is your feeling about the Jimmy?
Man, I think Jimmy is about to. He's about to take it to the next level, Ronbo. Kyle said a few weeks ago that the next thing that Jimmy has to do is work on understanding coverages. Once Jimmy G gets that down pat,
Oh.
I mean, you about to see a whole different Jimmy G. I mean, Jimmy G gonna be on a whole different level because you didn't see that. You didn't see much of that last year. Because you know when Matt Ryan his MVP season, whenever he stepped to the line, he always pointed out who was the Mike, who was the Will. Watch out for this. Watch out for this. So now this coming up season, you gonna see Jimmy. You gonna see Jimmy G doing that. So when he comes up to the line, he gonna be pointing out the Will, who's the Mike, who's the Will, who blitzing, who that.
But you
the
know,
articles
Will,
like
you
that.
know, Will. Also, Alex Mack did that for Matty Ice in Atlanta, too. Mack could actually decipher and get back to – he said he made Matty Ice's job easier. I'm hoping Weston Richburg, by now, can do that for Jimmy as well. So, yeah, we're going to see some of that.
Yeah, he should. I mean, Richburg should understand the offense already. So once he gets back –
Or reading
once he
defenses,
gets back,
too.
this season, that should make it very easy for Jimmy. And on top of that, man, this offense, man, Kyle's about to play Madden on these people, man. He about to play Madden. You know the video game Madden? He about to play Madden on these people, man, because you got Jalen Hurd back, which we all seen. He's out there practicing with Jimmy G. So to me, like he's fine. He's ready to go. You got Ayuk out there working with Jimmy, and let me tell you something about Ayuk. Ayuk ain't slow. So whoever talking about Ayuk,
people are arguing about it. I saw the argument. What? No.
They gotta be trolls or something wrong, but they gotta be trolls. But anyway, but you got all the receivers taking advantage of of this offseason because they're not allowed to come into camp because of COVID-19, but they making the best of what they got going on, and that's what you want out of football players. Make the best out of any situation. So they can't go into the to the facility to work out, so they working out on their own. You know what I'm saying? They putting in work, and then that's why Kyle said he's not worried about the guys. 49ers being one of the teams that have to come into the facility late during the training season because they out there busting their butt off right now.
I just worry about the defense because they ain't working. You know what would be nice, Will, but Rich is probably too busy. Some of them other cornerbacks come on out there and stress the offensive while Jimmy's out there throwing to them. They need to throw against coverages, But I guess they got to wait for the coaches to set that up anyway, though. So they got to wait.
Right. Yeah, they low key putting in the work in. I know Sherman, Tart, Ward. They probably somewhere putting in the work. It's not being shown on the internet, but they not just sitting around ain't doing nothing. Best believe that defense is working. So both sides of the ball, man. This is gonna be. I believe it's gonna be a better team than last year because we're gonna have players that was injured last year wasn't playing. So now they coming back this season. I believe the team will be even better, especially with D4 coming back. D4 got his knee scoped.
Got it fixed up.
He said he's been
clean out.
Got it fixed up. So so with him, Kinlaw, and Bosa and Armstead, man, this defense is about to vamp it up, especially with the linebacker with Quan Alexander, 100% ready, and the secondary. I mean, man, look, we about to run it back, Ronbo. That's all I got to say. We gonna run it back.
Here's the thing, Will. You mentioned all those fun names on defense. Remember the first few weeks, the defense was just stupid fun. It was just nobody could do nothing with them. And then I just health and backup guys. We just got to keep as many guys out there as possible. This is the only thing that scares me, because if that defense stays on the field all year, teams are going to get bludgeoned, not beat, bludgeoned to death. I mean, the game is going to be ridiculous by the fourth quarter every week. Oh, my goodness.
Right.
And you got Jimmy knows what he's doing now, too. Oh, better receiving group. And then,
yeah, and don't forget about the running game. The running game still in full effect with Mostert and Coleman. And then you about to see, and we all about to see the premiere of the Jet. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be fun to watch, man. Hopefully, keep our fingers crossed, man. Everybody remains healthy throughout the season, and we going back, man. I mean, like I told you a long time ago, there's too much sugar in the Kool-Aid for it not to be sweet. So I'm telling you, man.
Well, did you live any time below the Mason-Dixon line? Too much sugar in the
Kool-Aid. I'm telling you, man.
It's gonna be fun, though.
What you about to say?
It's gonna be fun, man. Because this is the thing about this team. they were youngsters last year. Like I say, the offense was just learning to do what they're supposed to do. I got a feeling they know what they're doing now. This is going to make a huge difference that people can't even imagine. And then you got that defense to back it up.
Yeah. And this is the main thing, Ronbo. This is the main thing. They've been through everything this past season. They've been through the ups, the downs, all the way to the Super Bowl. So they know what it's like from the beginning, how to start from the beginning to the end. So they know the whole path of how to get from week 1 all the way to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
so
I know,
this
right?
season coming up, it should be a piece of cake to them. In their mind, it should be a piece of cake to them, man. So. We ain't about to be no sorry ass Rams who gonna be who gonna have a hangover. Ain't nobody on that team worried about no hangover. All they gonna do is just look. We fell short. Let's get up. Let's work out. Let's practice. Let's and let's do it all over again. So that's what they gonna do, man. So I have no words. I have no words. So
And you should
that's what
not.
it is, man.
In fact, get ready. When Vegas calls, we go place bets this year, Jack. Well, I'm gonna look for you tomorrow, fam.
All right, man. Shout out to you, Rumble, man. Shout out to my TNT fam, man. I'm playing upon the Dre, Trey Trez, Big Show, Russo, all them guys, man. Super Bowl 55, Tampa Bay, Florida, 49ers versus to be announced. All right, Rumble.
All right. Yes. I will. Oh, man, it's going to be. Uh-oh. Leo.
Rumble.
Well, Leo, tonight, it's a night with next year's potential MVP, Jimmy G, who's taking all kind of ridicule, flack, insults. You know what's funny, Leo? Jimmy G was like top of some of the stats. Jimmy G was in the top 2 and 3. He makes one bad throw in a Super Bowl, unfortunately, at the end, and that's how he's being graded. He's called everything you can think of, and there's about 5 quarterbacks in the league that are actually better than he is, as far as I'm concerned. So, Shalil, Jimmy, it's the redemption tour for Jimmy, along with the, of course, as you know, the revenge tour. But Jimmy's got his own agenda, too, going along with it. So I'm looking forward to that. And he's out there running practice right now, getting guys up to speed. So, day for Jimmy. But, Shalil, what are you thinking about the G-Child?
Before we get to that, Dak called me yesterday.
Did he really?
Dak Prescott. Yeah. He told me Andy Dalton's about to become the starter, and he's stealing my money. How about the Cowgirls? How about the Lambs? How about the Seahawks?
Yeah.
How about the Arizona Dirty Bird Cardinals?
Yes.
But not least, how about the Oakland, Las Vegas, Trader Raider Chippendale?
Boom, boom, bang, boom, boom, boom. Gotta get them tearaway pants. That's what they got to do. The Raiders got to get those tearaway pants so when they score a touchdown and run to the end zone for a camera op or a photo op, take those tearaway pants and throw them into the stands and be standing there in those little, what do they call those things? Are those thongs? Little Raiders City right there in the genitalia area. We got to stop making fun of the Raiders like this. It's embarrassing.
I mean, their stadium already looks like the Roomba robot.
Hey, but still, I got a feeling it's time to start predicting Jimmy G's accomplishments for next year. How many have you got him over 4,000 yards yet?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. At least 30 TDs?
Yeah.
All right. I said, as long as you got, I think we all agree on that. Because Jimmy's going to be coming out pissed. I mean, I would be. Because if I'm Jimmy, I know I'm better than what they're saying about me, right? And I had a few bad moments. Okay. I'm in my first complete year in the NFL under one of the most complicated offenses in the league, if not the most complicated. And so I'm ready to go now and shut these people all the heck up. I'm going to go out there and coach these guys and make sure they know we're always on the same page as well. Love it. Leadership, Jimmy.
You know, when I look at our division, I don't see any changes at all. It's pretty much the same as last year.
Yeah.
Cardinals maybe added a few pieces, but yeah. Seahawks, they got Russell Wilson. The Lambs, they're broke.
And then Jared Goff. Broke and Jared Goff is your quarterback.
And Jared Goofy as the quarterback, yeah. They think they're the Lakers organization in their like little mind. They think they could pull off trades like that.
And then not pay the consequences.
Super Bowl. It doesn't work that way. You got to build your team.
Well, they're gonna.
But no, I think.
Go ahead.
I think we're gonna be stronger in the division.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
I think that's gonna be our division again.
Because maturity's got to. Our guys are growing up to the point now where now they can pretty much assert their will on most teams. And that's what I'm looking forward to the most. I see, people don't realize last year the 49ers were a young team up and coming. The trajectory is still, it's not even at its peak yet. So the 49ers have got some growing to do. And as they go, there's going to be carnage. I really can't wait to see them play some teams next year. The real test is going to be the Cardinals, though. And people laugh when I say that.
You know what, Rumbo?
They are.
I think Jalen Hurd is going to be our number one.
It'd be nice because he fits the role as long as that back stays
healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
He could be our number one.
Yeah. Because it's all about the receivers. And pretty much, and also, that's what's going to make, they say your quarterback's supposed to make everybody better. But, Shalil, you and I both know, Tom Brady sucked last year. Now, we know that Tom Brady is considered the GOAT by many people. So it stands to reason, if you don't have any weaponry, which is what Tom was crying about and complaining on the sidelines, the camera caught him, if your weapons aren't that good, you're going to get beat. And the quarterback still has to take
Rumbo, we're going to see
responsibility.
this year. We're going to see Tampa this year. He's got plenty of weapons. We're going to see them too. And let's see if he cries.
we got to be concerned. He does have a lot of weapons over there, doesn't he? And the defense ain't that bad. Yeah, they'll contend. I don't know if are they going to win that division though. I don't know. I don't think the Falcons can stop them. The Saints is another story.
Oh, Rumbo, this ain't no AFC, man. You're not playing weak ass teams. This is NFC, a dogfight over here. And speaking of dogs, cats are not allowed.
I can't get involved,
Mr. Pettis.
MC Niner got mad at me for getting into these conversations, but you go ahead. I'll listen.
Listen, Rumbo, Jimmy decided to gather the wide receivers, go to the park for afternoon to catch, and he talked to the wide receivers first, and then asked Pettis, "Hey, you want to come? Get a little bit better?" He's like, "Yeah, sure." Oh. So they go to the park. They're throwing balls, and you see Pettis. He you know how he likes to cut his route?
Yeah.
Like cheat a little bit. So he cheats, and he sees a kitten, and he starts chasing. Oh, kitty! And he starts chasing him. Meow! And they're all, passing it around. They're passing the ball around. This guy over here is just, playing with kitties. He hasn't learned.
Oh, this reminds the guy walking.
Come on, that fake haircut ain't gonna fool us, man.
He's gonna fool us this year. I got a feeling this is it. Pettis breaks out, and he wants to be a part of the tough guy crew, the Yak Attack. And since that's, the way the 49ers are going right now, as you can see, it's nothing but tough guys. Put them out in space and make victims out of a defense. Can Dante make a victim out of a guy out there? I don't know. We're going to find out.
He better be a freaking cheetah out there. He better be an upgrade over a cat, a kitty cat.
I'd rather see a leopard or the king.
Or a leopard.
Yeah. A cheetah would do. Cheetah can't get caught. They're not as vicious, though, but they got that speed. I kind of like that. I'll take that. Hey, Shalil, I'm going to see you tomorrow, fam.
See you tomorrow, Rumbo. Thank you for the platform. Wash your hands and hit those likes.
All right. Nice, Leo. And let's slide on over to Ellis. Ellis.
Going on, fam?
Ellis, man, we're just sitting up here again, going over the Chronicles. We're looking at the first chapter of Jimmy G's 20 season. As Jimmy's out there getting the guys all together, telling them about the things they screwed up. I'm just kidding. Jimmy's out there running routes with guys, getting them sharp. And, Ellis, I might be joking, but every now and then, can you imagine somebody comes back, you know what? You should have, that was a hook where you're supposed to hook in and then race to the sideline. I was going to have that ball over for you. These are the kind of things we got to work on today. Let's give it another shot. What? No, I'm just saying, you did a good job, but I mean, it's got to be done a little more efficient than that. Come on, you're a pro. Let's go. If I'm a quarterback and got as much abuse as Jimmy did, I might be a little salty if I got blamed for some things that weren't my fault, but I ain't going to say nothing at the press conference because you know how the reporters are. Jimmy, you only went through a couple progressions. It seemed like you were going through your first targets all the time. Was that conscious or what was the reasoning for that? And then Jimmy's thinking to himself, because the knucklehead screwed up. Ellis, you know what it's like to be a quarterback. You got to depend on your guys to do their job for you to do your job. Am I right?
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely, 100%. You got to be on schedule, and it just depends on how you approach it. Some guys want to work towards trying to build a continuity with their receiver, or, quarterback, or vice versa. And some guys just go out there to run routes, what I mean? But you have to learn one another, because when it comes to game time, if, being able, I'm just saying, I heard, Russell Wilson even quizzes his offense, you know what I mean? I'm not sure if it's the running backs and the wide receivers, but he's got like a curriculum and everything that he dishes out to his running backs and receivers, apparently, or the offense, for so that everybody knows what's going on. And, just to keep everybody up to date. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I wish
so
you
got
could see
kind of shit that goes on. Yeah, I don't see Jimmy doing
quizzes during the
Absolutely. They got like little, they got paper, like some kind of, I don't know if it was weekly or if it's, you know what I mean? I just remember hearing that. And I'm thinking like, damn,
I like it.
At least he keeps his team on top. Yeah, that's leadership. You know what I mean?
I like
and,
that.
That's why he gets paid the big bucks. And, but we'll see what happens, man. I don't know what are we looking at right now as far as tonight? We just talking about Jimmy and
Yeah, we're talking about in general. I was looking at what's going on with the 49ers as far as out there taking care of things on their own right now because they can't be with the coach, and we normally would be, which is a dramatic difference. I don't remember ever.
Are we the only team that's not practicing or that's not able to
go to the facility? Supposedly,
yeah, we the only
green
one
light
closed.
Is next week. Coaches, I think they're going to run everything uniformly. I don't think any one team is going to get an advantage as far as that concerns. I think Goodell and company are going to let the guys get into their facilities next week. Right now, you're not allowed into the facility unless you're in for treatments or something like that, from what I understand. From last time, I think that's what I read. Yeah. So Jimmy becomes very important. Every quarterback becomes very important for that reason because they know the offense like they're supposed to know it better than anybody else. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that Jimmy's working out with the guys and, getting familiar with everyone. I mean, I would be. I couldn't imagine the excitement of having so many weapons to be able to throw to, and I would be having a grand time. I'd be the first one at practice and the last one out. I'd make a statement. So Jimmy, I'm hoping that that's what he plans on doing. He already did really well last year, you know what I mean? The turnovers they were just talking about, had he had like a few more turnovers, he would have been a lot higher probably in the rankings because he was not that far off. He did well, you know what I mean? But anyway, he's going to get better with that, and he's already, I think, a lot more confident. Look like he's probably throwing a little more off that leg. He's realized there's, different mistakes and things that, you can't really get back until you look at the tape and then you say, okay, I got to, You make those mental mistakes, and you follow up with those. But having all those weapons and things, it's exciting, and he should feel good about being in offense again another year. He's got the support, of everyone around him. He just got to kind of let that materialize and spill over into the game and how he develops and which ways he feels and knows he needs to develop.
And all those mistakes.
Don't want to be too critical.
Well, no, you got to. Kyle, I didn't know what he meant when he said it, and I should have figured it out real quick, though. Remember Kyle said that Jimmy needed to be in here that year that he went in 3 games? This is the year he needs to have, because he wanted everybody to calm down, because 2017, we thought Jimmy's going to be the next huge thing, right? And then, of course, he started off a little slow in 2018, learning the offense and the concepts and all that stuff, the nuances that you got to learn in order to be able to move quickly. And, of course, he got hurt. And then Kyle says, he needed to be in here this year to go through some of the things. And when he said go through things, I didn't know what he meant. You got to go through things before you get to that level that you're smooth and efficient, right? Well, he was talking about 2018. What we saw last year was Jimmy having to go through all those things and everybody throwing the rotten tomatoes and the lettuce and stuff at him every time he made a mistake. Well, he's already made those mistakes now. And Ellis, you bet your butt, he did learn from those mistakes. And as they watch that film you're talking about, now let's see. You don't keep making the same mistake over and over again, because if you do, you're not an NFL quarterback. Jimmy is an NFL quarterback. He will make the adjustments. I'm confident of that. Confident.
Yeah, no question. And he's actually, I was just looking, they had him comparison, they said who's better out of him and, Deshaun Watson. And Jimmy's actually got better numbers than him. I don't know, Deshaun might have like one category that he was a little better. That was just as far as last season, though. So, you never know. And Deshaun he's a dope, he's a really dope talent. So, I'm just saying, Jimmy's in good position, man.
Yeah, look who Deshaun was
really
throwing
good
at.
Position.
Absolutely. Look who Deshaun was throwing at, and look who Jimmy was throwing at last year. This is why people don't understand when you start knocking Jimmy and you look at the guys that are doing well in the NFL as far as the receiving core, which is it's impertinent that you have talented receivers. That makes all the difference. Imagine Jimmy with Sanders and D-Hop. I'm telling you right now, man, it makes a difference. And our guys are getting mature now.
I can't believe. Oh. Yeah, I can't believe. I swear it was because of that fight between him and our boy, man, Nico Suave, man.
I thought that you were talking about.
I swear. I wonder if there's like some politics with that, and they just kind of like want to prevent. I don't know, man. If they gave up a 4th round, and what was it that their running back from the Cardinals? I forgot the brother name, man. Yeah, they just gave him anything. They're just throwing the kitchen sink, man, and it was good.
And come on,
Arizona. I'm like, damn,
God, man.
I'm telling you, man. I don't know what the hell's going on. We should have been involved in that, but
we couldn't pay D-Hop. We couldn't afford him.
Oh yeah. Oh man, D-Hop is extremely expensive. Go ahead, champ.
Yeah. No, I was going to say we just couldn't afford. We could have got him maybe, but we couldn't afford him. So.
What about George, man? Is he really talking $20 million, or is this somebody just putting words in his mouth? Somebody speaking for him?
You know what? And people need to realize that George hasn't said anything about $20 million. George hasn't said anything, Ellis. That's the thing. And people just think George sitting back being evil. No, Betster or whatever his name is, his agent is driving this problem. It's not George. It's the agent. And George hasn't said anything about $20 million. In fact, George would probably be happy with 13 or 14 at max, because that would be still well above what everybody else is getting. But the agent says,
man, sign him a 3 or 4 year. You know what I mean? And give him a nice guaranteed amount, and let's get this. Let's get this going. I'm sure that's what's going to end up happening. I just know that it's taking time, and they're having to move some things around.
Stress.
I don't know who they're going to cut. I'm kind of thinking about who they plan on cutting. You know what I mean? If they're going to try to come up with that money, man, somebody else might go, man. I don't know.
You're right, Ellis, and there's going to be some surprises packing up. I'm telling you, man. But they don't have to do that this year, though. Next year, they can. George is still on contract. You know, but for
Well,
next
that's
year,
what I'm saying. They may just need to exercise that. If he is doing that, they just may need to exercise those rights and just kind of put it,
just
put
say, well,
him
we're
in.
talking, 'cause-
If he's in that place, then he needs to be humbled then and get him with the franchise, lock him down, do whatever, and give him the amount based on until his attitude changes. If that's where he's at now, you know what I mean, as a man who he's deciding to do. Hopefully that's not it though, man. George never gave off that kind of an energy,
that kind of vibe.
behind the scenes.
I agree.
Yeah, he never gave off that kind of energy.
No, he already he made the mistake of telling Kyle's wife, I really love playing for this team. Don't tell him I said that, please. And, so George does not want to leave. That's for guaranteed sure.
That was calculated, man.
I know.
That was calculated, man. You know what I mean? So you see what happens. We'll see what happens, man. I don't know. It sounded like I seen that Pete Carroll was trying to take one. They were saying he's taking one for the team by saying he wished he would have picked up Colin and all this other stuff now. So I was just kind of laughing at it, hearing about this past few days with all these different things going on.
He could stop wolfing. He can go ahead and get Colin. I mean, if he's serious, so
they could get. They could save some money.
Yeah. Ellis, we gonna go. I'm gonna see you tomorrow and see what happens starting this week off on Monday. All right, fam.
Most definitely. Shout out to you, Ronbo, man. Make sure y'all download that Ronbo Sports app. Get that subscribers, man. We're going up, man. That's all we can do is go up. So make sure you get those going, man. Let's get those likes. And I appreciate you as always, brother.
Ellis, appreciate you too, fam. Thanks. All right.
All right.
See you tomorrow. Oh, man. Yeah, man. I tell you. And that's the thing. George Kittle, because George he's not going to sit out. Somebody says, we're going to sit out. No, he's not. George loves playing football too much. And he's going to say, look, you know what? I'm contracted throughout this 3 years, so I'm not gonna sweat about what we didn't do now. So we'll see what happens with that. Nothing but drama each and every year. Hey, last year was Robbie. This year it's George. Let's see. Next year, who's it gonna be? Hopefully it's not George, because next year is really the year we got to make a decision on this. Got to get it done. That's all there is to it. Fam, have a great evening. I'm going to look forward to seeing you tomorrow for Monday Night Raw. Something develops that we can talk about tomorrow. As far as, because usually during the week, that's when usually starting right off the beginning of the week, something crazy happens. But if not, we'll still be hanging out here anyway. Have a good night, fam. Hey, don't forget to like Ella said,